There's this infirmity I have that keeps my lips shut, like a needle with thread to my mouth, keeps me all shut up. But I don't wanna have to wait, I wanna be able to say that you're the one for me. You don't know what's going on inside my heart and my mind, always been so shy, you know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. So now there's this problem that exists every time I see you. I just wanna say what's on my mind, but don't have the guts to. So you go walking right along as I stand here wondering what is going on inside your head. You don't know what's going on inside my heart and my mind, always been so shy, you know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. Wanna open up my mouth so I can ask you out, 'cause there's some things that I can do alone. A dinner for two, a movie with you. Well, it ain't the same by myself. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. I don't know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. There's this infirmity I have that keeps my lips shut, like a needle with thread to my mouth, keeps me all shut up. But I don't wanna have to wait, I wanna be able to say that you're the one for me. You don't know what's going on inside my heart and my mind, always been so shy, you know. Wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. So now there's this problem that exists every time I see you. I just wanna say what's on my mind, but don't have the guts to. So you go walking right along as I stand here wondering what is going on inside your head. You don't know what's going on inside my heart and my mind, always been so shy, you know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. Wanna open up my mouth so I can ask you out, 'cause there's some things that I can do alone. A dinner for two, a movie with you. Well, it ain't the same by myself. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. I don't know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. There's this infirmity I have that keeps my lips shut, like a needle with thread to my mouth, keeps me all shut up. But I don't wanna have to wait, I wanna be able to say that you're the one for me. You don't know what's going on inside my heart and my mind, always been so shy, you know. Wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. So now there's this problem that exists every time I see you. I just wanna say what's on my mind, but don't have the guts to. So you go walking right along as I stand here wondering what is going on inside your head. You don't know what's going on inside my heart and my mind, always been so shy, you know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. Wanna open up my mouth so I can ask you out. 'Cause there's some things that I can't do alone. A dinner for two, a movie with you. Well, it ain't the same by myself. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. I don't know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. There's this infirmity I have that keeps my lips shut, like a needle with thread to my mouth, keeps me all shut up. But I don't wanna have to wait, I wanna be able to say that you're the one for me. You don't know what's going on inside my heart and my mind, always been so shy, you know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. So now there's this problem that exists every time I see you. I just wanna say what's on my mind, but don't have the guts to. So you go walking right along as I stand here wondering what is going on inside your head. You don't know what's going on inside my heart and my mind, always been so shy, you know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. Wanna open up my mouth so I can ask you out. 'Cause there's some things that I can't do alone.
What is up, everybody? No, Toolman, it's not at 7:30. It's at 8:30 where I live. It's at 7:30 in California, and it's at 10:30 East Coast. What's up, guys? Yes! Ernest, are you kidding me? What? Enjoying the show. Check out Final Fantasy Pals for our latest deep dive. Wait. Okay, good. Oh, you were ready with that one. You like what I'm drinking from? My son's water bottle? Dude, that is so funny. Yeah, we start the intro countdown at 7:30 or Pacific time. I thought that was Ernest. I was like, Ernest, then I'm like, Ernest.ai. I'm like, no way, Ernest is like here. I was going to talk to him. So excited. That made me laugh so hard. What's up, guys? No, I'm guessing it's another Toolman awesome thing. Ernest AI, enjoying the show? Check out the Final Fantasy Files in our latest deep dive. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, so how's everyone doing tonight? Do you guys not understand the thumbnail? Do you guys not get it? Am I totally off base here? You guys know what that meme is, right? It's Danny DeVito's character from Always Sunny, Frank or something, and that's the shot when he's like, I get it now. Yeah, Toolman gets it. He gets it. Oh, very funny. Very funny. Woo, Ernest says join the AI community. Ernest AI? He doesn't like Chadley. Maybe it's because it's competition. AI Ernest, have you been getting your theories from ChatGPT or Reddit? How many accounts does he have? I get it. I'm not a Sunny guy. I've never seen an episode. I just know the meme, but I'm sure it would be hilarious. I'm like a Office guy and like an Arrested Development guy, but I don't really watch much TV. Like you guys would just make fun of me because like I've never seen Game of Thrones, never seen Breaking Bad, I've never done any of that stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of lame that way. I hear Sunny's hilarious though. I've been busy at work today. Oh, you're busy. Okay. Alyssa, tell us about the woes of work. Someone says you don't seem like a Sunny guy. I don't watch Sunny, not my cup of tea, says DK. What's up, DK? Thank you again for the super chats, DK, last time. I know Alyssa hears it all the time, but that was very generous and kind of you. You made Jolie's day by saying that you look forward to our podcast the most. It's like little comments like that just like make it feel worth it. It's like, oh, DK's he enjoys our show. Thanks, man. And then Javier doesn't know. So you've never seen that show? Okay, so like the idea behind the meme is like he finally gets it. So tonight's topic is going to be about like nostalgia and kind of understanding where all the people that were so hyped for a Final Fantasy VII remake kind of where their joy comes from. And this of, Frank, or I think his name's Frank. Let me know if I'm talking about it. Say just like, you gotta watch Breaking Bad. Sorry, man. Yeah, I know. I'm like a little baby boy. Okay, I might be in a 40-year-old body, but I'm just kind of lame. I'm like, does it have like killing and sex and all this stuff that's bad for my soul? Jolie talked about Game of Thrones last time. She's like, I couldn't watch it because of what happens to in certain episodes. I'm kind of squeamish and bad like that too. So anyway, Final Fantasy 16 was hard for us, guys. Come on. If Final Fantasy 16 was rough around the edges, do you think we can handle these intense shows? Alyssa says burned out a cutter. Oh, what does that mean? It was cool. Glowed red, which scarred my programmer. And he reached over and throttled down the feed rate. Oh, jeez. That's not Frank. That's the trash man. Okay. All right. See, I'm just talking out of my butt. Okay, well, it's Danny DeVito, and he says, I get it. I don't know what's happening in context of the show, but it's basically like he finally sees the light, and it's like he's all like, it zooms in, he's like, oh, like I get it now. So the meme, I understand the meaning of the meme. I don't understand the context of where it's derived from. DK says you are a 10-month, $10 per month tier podcast. Wow, that's so kind. We don't have a Patreon, and we don't do that, but maybe someday. Thank you, DK. I appreciate it. Parks and Rec. Oh, I've seen a little bit of Parks and Rec. I haven't seen Abbott Elementary. Yeah. Well, that's very kind, DK. Maybe someday we'll get the Patreon going. Dude, Franco, welcome to chat. Franco, all the way from Australia. I like to always tell people that it's from Australia. Franco, you need to stop too. Thank you so much, man. How's it going? Are you at work? What's happening, man? I know. It's like 3:00 in the afternoon on a Australian. Yeah, missed an opportunity not calling himself Frank Connected. Oh, are you talking about this guy here? I'd warned him ahead of time it wouldn't make it. Chips were too long, gold colored, which means it was running too hot and taking too much material off. Man, I don't know what you you describe your job, Alyssa, and it kind of fascinates me. You're off today. That's awesome, man. Enjoy your day off. My kids are off for spring break, and they're just like, we're not doing anything exciting, and they're like having the time of their life. They're like, we went and pulled weeds in the yard, but Jolie bought them matching like weed pulling gloves. They're just gardening gloves, but they're for kids, and they got to wear their hats, and I put sunscreen on them because they're pasty white boys like me. And then they just went outside and pulled weeds, and they're like, this is the best spring break ever, which made me laugh. Anyway, but yeah, so enjoy your days off like my kids are enjoying their days off. He's changing the program now for our next TTO, laugh out loud. Franco likes make big entrances. He does, man. When Franco shows up, man, it's a party. Also, I think Patreon takes a way smaller cut than YouTube. Totally. I mean, we are planning on doing a Patreon eventually. I don't think that's any secret. I just feel like we kind of wanted to build up the, we could start it, I guess, but we wanted to be able to like fill out tiers and provide you with things. So like before it was just us recording episodes and doing the deep dives, and now we're trying to like get a more consistent schedule of releases, and now we're doing streaming, so if we had a Patreon, like I appreciate the support. That's what I feel grateful for you guys, because you just said, hey, like I would pay you this if it had a Patreon, right? But yeah, so we just want people to have options, and I don't know, maybe like the Discord and other things we'd offer you guys, but yeah. So Alyssa sent me a YouTube link. You can post YouTube links here. I guess she's in Twitch. Guess you can't do that in YouTube. Yeah, I just had a son, so I'll be having some time. Dude, Franco, that's like the best news. Can I give you a super chat? That's awesome. Everyone congratulate Franco. You just had a son? Is this your first kid, man? That's like a huge deal. Super congratulations, man. Take that money back. You don't need to give it to me. Enjoy hanging out with the kiddo. Dude, that's awesome. You're not going to have any sleep, but it's wonderful. They says, I was watching the presentation that Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced at. Even though I had only ever played a little bit of FF10 at the time, the announcement trailer still evoked a lot of emotion for me. Okay, Zage, well, that's what we're going to talk about today. I want to like go through people's reaction of the Final Fantasy VII Remake reveal, and I want to hear from you guys if like you were excited. The reason the thumbnail exists is because I am not nostalgic for Final Fantasy. I didn't grow up with it, right? And if you guys didn't hear the news, they're announcing a Ocarina of Time remake. It was leaked. Nintendo hasn't officially announced it yet, but Nate the Hate, who's like the most reliable Nintendo leaker, talked about it, and so I was like, oh, very, very excited. So yeah, I wanted to like talk about that and how it makes me feel knowing that there's a remake to one of my most beloved childhood games. and I wanted to like relate that to you guys if you had played Final Fantasy 7 when it came out, and if you kind of were feeling that, or if you're like me who's coming to it a little bit later. So kind of the same idea as Age. But yeah, so hang on, you sent me a link here. I'm gonna watch this. Are you showing me like what's happening? For those of you that don't know what's happening, I'm watching a short of like what Alyssa does for work. I guess I could share this with you guys. Do you guys want to see what Alyssa does for work? But let's see here. Let's see this. I don't even know if this works, because you know what? I don't think I have the audio set up. Yeah, see, it's not. So spoiler alert, we're going to talk about, I'm like, this is like Ernest spotted. Oh yeah, Jolie's asking about that. I got to figure out how to get the desktop audio to work because it's not showing up. But Alyssa was sharing me what she did. I'll take a look at it later, Alyssa. But yeah, let's see. Franco, I want to hear about your son. Yeah, I just had a son, so it'll be having time off work. Jolie says, congratulations, Franco. Biggle says, Ocarina of Time is my childhood, much more so than Final Fantasy. Javier has no nostalgia for Final Fantasy 7. And then DK says, I like old reaction videos. It's the last time I had pure tears of joy. Oh, that's awesome, man. So DK, were you a huge like Final Fantasy guy growing up? I don't know. There's certain things I like about Haas, but it's not my favorite controller. Okay. Let's catch up on Franco. He says, still have to go back and finish old Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I did get Final Fantasy 15 and 16, but I can't wait to get into them eventually. Jolie says, this is child number 1. She ponders the orb. Ernest spotted. Yeah. They have their own system. Alyssa, they only had Haas? So no way to compare. I don't know what HASS or HAAS means. Haas? Thank you so much, Jolie. And yes, it's our first child. That's so exciting, man. Congrats. Now I just want to talk about your kid. Not in a weird way. Just I'm excited for you to be a dad. Every controller is a bit different, though they essentially are meant to do the same thing. So awesome, life-changing, says Jolie. So happy for you. Welcome to the chat, Jolie. You're all distracting me from editing. Jolie, get back to work. DK needs his episode. What's up, subtext? Everyone at school back in the day used to debate Ocarina of Time versus Final Fantasy 7. I was on the flip side. Never played Ocarina, but played Final Fantasy 7. Still never played Ocarina. I called it Ocarina as a kid, too. That's interesting, sub, because I kind of had those conversations at the schoolyard. I had the conversations of like N64 is better. I was like the Nintendo kid, and I was just like shilling for Nintendo my entire life. I still kind of do, but I loved it. But I remember my friends were like, "But look at the cutscene graphics." Then I'd always argue when it went back to the like toaster hands cloud, the polygonal cloud when you're moving around the world. I was like, "Well, that looks awful," the pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff. But then Final Fantasy 8 came out, and then Final Fantasy 9, and they were like, I was like, yeah, that does look better. So yeah, that's cool. Subtext has nostalgia for the series. DK, Final Fantasy 7 was my gateway into real RPGs in the 9th grade. Perfect timing. Dude, what a freaking time to be alive, HAAS, it's a brand, Spencer. Okay, sorry, I don't know. Ernest AI says, Jolie Hales, I see that you're editing something. Would you like to double your efficiency? Oh, Jolie. I thought it was Ernest hopping on stream for the first time, but I think it's Biggles tricking me. Sorry, guys. See, and I'm also lame. I don't know the machine brands. You guys know all the things about tools, but Subtext is here to debate Spencer live on stream. Subtext would destroy me. The whole point of the stream is that I'm like a Final Fantasy newcomer, right? What am I supposed to debate Subtext about? I don't know a lot about Final Fantasy. I'm new. So yeah, if you want like lore or understanding of the series, go check out Subtext stuff. I'm the type of person that's just new to the series and giving my opinions as I go. But I see what you're saying. You're saying, are you Ocarina versus Final Fantasy? Yeah, I love Zelda, but um, let me get to this here. Jolie, your editing is so good. Keep up the great work. The production of this channel is so inspiring. Number one. Wow, Joe, did you hear that? Love it. Alicia, hey, what's up, Alicia? Franco, just giving us the compliments. Welcome to Final Fantasy Files. Join our journey. The thing is, I hope people don't think that I set up like a chat bot and it's Ernest AI, because this is not me. We bring our Norman perspectives as a filmmaker, animator, and a cool dude who knows like all the movie references. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. Silly, huh? I gotta start somewhere. DK says, oh yeah, you might be our first listener. Oh, that's right, because you have a podcast, right, DK? That's super cool. I'll check it out. I know about them. I was a marketing department director of an automation company, Commander Spencer. Shepser, what you're saying? I would lose a debate debating him on Ocarina. I'm not a debater. No, you wouldn't, sub. You're like a smart dude, you know? You're like a writer. I'm like an artist who gets in and tries to argue my opinion, but I can never get it out. Jolie's the smart person who can say what she thinks. I feel like when I talk about stuff, it's just all over the place. So Wednesday streams are a bit chaotic. Let's see. Both of you are too humble. No. Subtext is good. You should watch his stuff. I still want Jolie to watch your video, but whenever we finish our deep dive, she will check out Subtext video. Still my favorite lore video. You could call your future chatbot Ernest AI. I want to call him Chadley. If I ever get the chatbot, I will name him Chadley. It's very much a hobby thing. We have a day job, so it's tough to make a real push. Totally, DK. That's what we do. Except for Jolie's just like an insane person, and in the best way, sweetie, in the best way possible. But she just goes hard. Like, she has her day job, and then, we do our thing at night with this. So we're happy that we can get any content out for you. And speaking of, Jolie's got a project for me for the next episode. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's a big project, and it's going to take forever. So Jolie's going to be waiting on me to get the next episode out. I've got stuff to do. What's up, Roosevelt? I'm guessing starting at the background. Start staring at the background. Are you saying you're guessing like what it is, or you're just like freaking out? I did a pretty good job with this Photoshop, right? Look, even got some of the shading on his face. He's got like that rim light, just like Cloud has. Photoshop's gotten better, man. Anyway, so topic of discussion tonight. I'm a little worried because I thought I had everything set up, but this is me not being prepared. Let me see if I can get the audio working, because when I switch over to desktop, it's not playing the audio. But I wanted to go through a few things, but we'll start it with here, and then we'll talk about it. So I just bookmarked this. I played Ocarina of Time on launch day in 1998, and it was absolutely mind-blowing, and it's still one of my most memorable experiences when it comes to playing a game for the first time. Playing a remake almost 30 years later is definitely going to hit me hard in the feels. Okay, so like for me, this is something that... Oh, Jolie's back to editing. Love you, Joe. Get those episodes out. I'm just kidding. Have a great time editing. But yeah, so I remember playing Ocarina of Time and it being like the greatest thing ever, Loved it. I played it. It's one of those games where I grew up talking to my friends who got it at the same time for Christmas, and then when we would get stuck on something, we'd talk to each other, and then we'd go to school like Subtext was describing, and we would be talking all about, how amazing this part was, or how hard this boss was, or we couldn't get past this part. I remember when you're collecting, I don't know what they're called. See, it's been a while since I played it, but the stones, you get like 3 stones before you go bring it to the Temple of Time, and all these things happen. If you haven't played it or whatever, I'm not going to spoil it because a remake's coming out. But I remember thinking like months went by and I had only like progressed so far in the game, and now when I play it as an adult, I can get there in like an afternoon. But I don't know, as a kid, it's like you got stuck on things and you would just, at the beginning chapters or the beginning moments of Ocarina of Time, you're in the like Deku Forest and like you're there with all um the Kokiri kids. I can't remember what they're called, something like that. And I'm like, I lived in that town. That felt real, you know? Now I go back to it. It's just whatever. But I have so much nostalgia for this franchise. And so when it was like the remake was announced from like Nate the Hay, I was like, this is insane. And my point of comparison to Final Fantasy VII is that I've never really understood the nostalgia that's fueled, you know, the love for the remake. I mean, I understood it from like a logical perspective, but no emotion was tied up into it, no nostalgia, right? But I could tell that people obviously like love Final Fantasy VII, and I had like no nostalgia for it, so it didn't matter to me when they announced it. I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. But this game, Final Fantasy, or sorry, Zelda: Ocarina of Time has not even been truly like announced yet. Like Nintendo hasn't announced it, but I am like day one. I will be there. I will buy like a special edition. You know, I will do this. I will get the gold Switch cart if they make it, and that will like forever be in my Switch too, always. And I'm like, why am I thinking this way? It's so hilarious because I don't know what it looks like. They haven't previewed it, but I'm like, I know I will be there and I know I will buy it. Like nothing will stop me from obtaining this game. You know what I mean? So I feel like this guy, like it's totally going to hit me hard in the feels, and it's just nostalgia. And I've never had that for Final Fantasy. And so now I have a different perspective of the remakes. You know, I won't like, I won't know what they feel for Final Fantasy VII, but I can, you know, compare it to how I feel about Zelda. And the fact that I'm getting a Zelda, you know, remake to me is like, okay, I can't criticize you anymore because I will do the exact same thing for the thing I love. You know what I mean? Yeah, Roosevelt says, is Ocarina Time, it's still a rumor, it's a leak. I mean, it's a leak. It's basically confirmed, but I mean, I would be devastated if it weren't true, you know? But yeah. So if the podcast takes forever, you can blame me. Yes. If it takes forever for the next one, it's because I'm slowing the editing process because I need to work on some things for the next episode. Yeah, but Tony is a fellow guild member at Ever Crisis. Okay. Tony? I don't know who Tony is, but yeah, Toolman says the episodes can only come out as fast as Ernest plays the chapters. He's done. He's been done with chapter 10 for a while. I tried playing the game on Switch. It didn't last. Those camera controls are funky. Are you talking about Ocarina of Time? Yeah, it was like back then the N64 you like didn't care because there were no twin stick games on the N64. You would have to like, I remember GoldenEye, you would hold in the right bumper or the right trigger, not Z but like R, and then that would aim, and then you'd stand still and then you'd aim and shoot. Yeah. Yeah, gold cartridge, man. It's rumored that they're gonna have like a gold Switch cartridge, which would be awesome. It's just nostalgia, man. It's all nostalgia fueled, and I don't blame them because I'll buy it up. So DK says Ocarina of Time is a one and done for me, like most Zelda. After Link to the Past, Link Awakening is my goat. So like I didn't grow up with a Super Nintendo, so I know A Link to the Past. It's so funny because to me, Ocarina of Time was like revolutionary. But I know if you go back and play A Link to the Past, it's basically like a copy of that game, but in 3D. So it's very like I'm like, oh, all these ideas that are so amazing were actually from the Super Nintendo game. But to me, I didn't know. I skipped that generation. I just went from NES to N64, and it will forever be in my mind as the greatest game ever. Even though you could be argued that it's not. I think it's like the highest reviewed game on Metacritic, or one of them. Not that Metacritic totally matters. Different colored cartridge meant you were in for a ride. I played a little bit of the 3DS version and just watched a Let's Play of it because I probably was never going to play it. Gotcha. You did always say if there was a Ocarina. Yeah, I want to play that clip for you, but I need to like add a new source in OBS here, which is kind of embarrassing. I could go into settings here. Let's see if this breaks anything, but let me go do this real quick. If I set, let me know if you hear any echo when I do this. Okay. Should work now, but let me see if I can This is what I have pulled up for the Easy Alleys reaction video, but Final Fantasy files. Let's see if we can find that. Wow, look at all this. I'm like, cool, chapter by chapter. Why is it not here? So I did say in chapter 10, I was talking about how this is how good I am at finding our own stuff. Where are the deep dives? How embarrassing is this, guys? I know that URL. Hey, that worked. Okay, so I remember. Who knows what ads we're gonna get? It's always good when Spencer's streaming because my YouTube Premium or lack thereof. Jolie's like, "What if an ad comes on?" I'm like, "It's happened before." What do I say? I go off on talking about how I love it, but I think it's up here. But tell me if you can hear this. Yes, can you hear?
In the whole chapter and sit there and take more detailed notes, right?
So wait. I like that you're taking notes, but I don't want you
Yeah,
to
you guys can
bring
hear
others'
this, right?
opinions to the show. So are these like your
No,
own
not-
opinions? Because like I don't want you to be like tainted.
No, the ones I'm watching are no commentary.
Can you guys hear the video? Yes? No? Let me know if you can hear it. Ocarina of Time is overhyped because the 3D era. It's not that showstopper, says Javier. I have an Ocarina Gold Red Blood edition. Roosevelt says okay, you guys can. Yeah, the bra commercials that happened over Christmas break or whatever. Hey, they're just trying to sell. Audio's good. Okay, cool. Okay, good. It worked. Let me see. Jolie's just describing some things.
And they were like, "Has
Let me try and
finished
find it.
the game yet?" And I'm always like,
We
no,
talk about
I know that you
Ernest's
said that you-
trophy stuff.
It's cool because he's like matched the implied distance of the scenery. I thought that was so masterful.
Totally a Texan. The hell kind of magic trick is it? It's like the Final Fantasy VII remake is. We are
So spoiled.
Yep, here it is.
remake
Okay.
Yeah, and it's
Nation place with like this
Let's see if I say
swollen
here.
orchestra accompaniment. I don't know. I thought it was really cool, and it made me feel like there was a lot of money that was involved.
Square Enix does this better than any developer. And like we criticize a lot of the things that they get wrong, but this is something that they get right
So often.
so well.
Yes.
Like so often and so well. Like music, characters, cutscenes, right?
Worlds.
Yeah, and it's awesome because you're introduced to the tiny Bronco, you get in there and Sid's like, we gotta shed some weight, you gotta shift around, and
I think
all the
this is
funny
it.
things that are happening. But that's just more character building, and then when you're up in the sky and the music is swelling and you get the main theme, cloud themes hits you, and then you come into the canyon. It's just like, this is incredible.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
This is why we are going on these journeys. Like no other developer is giving us these moments, right? Where the music swells and it hits you and you're just like, this is incredible. I would give anything for, I've said this many times before, but I would give anything for the budget and like allocation of resources to be given to a game that I grew up nostalgic for, like Zelda Ocarina of Time
yeah.
or something. Nintendo will never do this because, they're off doing
They'll never do it. They'll never do it, guys. I'm freaking out. See, I'm like in the Final Fantasy episode, I'm saying what you love, what all you guys love about Final Fantasy VII, and you got your remake. Like, I don't even know what it's gonna look like, and I'm so bought in, which is so dumb, but this is me. This is how I feel, right?
their own nostalgic budget and like allocation of resources to be given to a game that I grew up nostalgic for, like Zelda Ocarina of Time
yeah.
or something. Nintendo will never do this because they're off doing their own Zelda stuff. But like, if I could have like an Ocarina of Time remake, just like the Final Fantasy VII remake is, we are
So spoiled.
so lucky that this exists, and it's just like the start of chapter 10.
They definitely put a lot into
Anyway, now we need that KOTOR remake. Totally. Okay, I grew up playing KOTOR too. And KOTOR as well, and I played KOTOR too, the Sith Lords. But seriously, there's certain games that just everyone has a connection to, right? And Ocarina of Time is my game. And for so many people, Final Fantasy VII was their game, right? Now it needs to be 3 parts. Oh, I don't know about that. I think it'll be one game. I think the 3 parts has been great in some ways, and it's also hurt in other ways. This is so funny that I'm drinking out of my kid's water bottle. Yeah, so that's kind of how I felt. It's like I would give anything for an Ocarina of Time. So now that that's like a reality and that's happening, I cannot wait for Christmas or whenever they're going to release it. And I can't even imagine, what it was like for people to enjoy Final Fantasy VII, and they probably waited forever. So I'm gonna go to Final Fantasy VII Remake reaction, and this one is like the most. We can watch Maximilian Dudes. We can watch. This one is huge. This is so. I don't know if you guys know these guys, but
Now,
Final Fantasy VII Remake was a big deal. This was E3 2015. And if you guys know these guys, I don't know everyone here. I don't know her, but like this is Game Trailers. Game Trailers doesn't exist anymore. I think IGN bought them, but this was a while ago. But this is Kyle Bossman, Michael Huber, and Brad Ellis. And then I don't know her, unfortunately. If you guys know who this is, shout her out. But I wanted to watch this video because this is like one of the best reactions to Final Fantasy VII's reveal. And it's super fun to see that passion and nostalgia in people. And if you have any favorite reaction videos to people, okay, Elise Williams Funhouse, people are saying, Zage is saying, but yeah, like if you guys have any fun reactions or whatever, or I want to hear your reactions to what happened when you first heard about the Final Fantasy VII Remake. In 2015, like, were you excited? Are you someone that grew up with it, like DK is saying, or if you are someone who kind of came in later, like Javier and me? Game Trailers now Easy Allies, yeah. Elise Williams, okay, cool. But yeah, I loved Easy Allies. I used to listen to Easy Allies like religiously, and I think Kyle Bossman is one of the funniest people ever. So if you want to follow a really good, he has a lot of good dialogue on games. What he does now, I mean, he works with Jeff Keighley for like Game Awards and Opening Night Live, and he's like a writer / like he's not like a stagehand, but kind of is. I think he does a lot more stuff than he lets on, but he streams and he does a weekly show called Delayed Input. It's very good. So yeah, Kyle Bossman. But I know Michael Huber's still at Easy Allies, and I think Brad is he's at a new place, LSM Media or something. You've watched every Delayed Input. Okay, cool. All right. Shout out Biggles. He's so good. I love Kyle Bossman. Anyway, so let's watch through this. There's a couple Final Fantasy announcements in this, but it's fun to watch the build up. And we'll stop it as we go.
Fantasy has a long history on PlayStation.
Stop it!
We're excited to show you a world premiere of the newest addition to the franchise. Let's take a look.
They're like freaking out. They're like, "Oh, world premiere to the newest edition of the franchise." Michael Hubert's like the hype guy.
Oh, it's 14.
And he's like, "Oh, it's 14."
Yeah, they're not doing 7. 7 is dead forever.
Oh, this is not 14. What?
What?
They're not doing 7. 7 is dead forever.
As memories lost are slowly drawing back in.
What the F?
Two siblings embark on an adventure unlike any before.
Let me know if the volume's too loud.
Welcome to Grimoire, a world of the weest of beings. Here you can befriend adorably familiar monsters and turn tiny enough
Look at their
to jump
excitement
on
for
a
this,
ride,
guys.
or turn tall enough for them to ride on you. Join forces with adorably familiar
Toolman says, "Imagine going from World of Final Fantasy to Final Fantasy VII Remake."
Peculiar story unfold.
Oh, this is PS4.
They may be small in stature.
Yeah, this is World of Final
but the
Fantasy.
fate that awaits them is
Sell Cloud.
Oh, there we go. Sell them all.
Sell Cloud
This
every
is the
time.
size
Must
of
be
a modern
nice.
Final Fantasy, the beginning of a new world, and a tale with countless
Yeah,
encounters.
where's lightning at? Get that lightning. Get that lightning.
World
Final
of
Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
World of Final
All the
Fantasy.
games.
Kyle, World of Final Fantasy. What was this? This was PS Vita and PlayStation 4. Was it like a open world game that you could kind of just go and explore a bunch of the different people from all the different games? I know there's like little chibi versions of Cloud and Lightning and stuff. Toolman says World of Final Fantasy is fun. It's just not what people wanted in the moment. Yeah, I kind of dunk on games like this, and I kind of tease Square Enix sometimes. But I think that this is a good attempt where we talk about Final Fantasy not having a more kid-centric game, right? This is this is actually something where they have something like that. It's kind of like Pokemon Final Fantasy. Okay. Square is a very expensive company to run. They need big hits to keep running. World of Final Fantasy is a linear game, says Artsy Vanty. What's up, Artsy Vanty? I have World of Final Fantasy on Switch. Okay. Reminder, before this announced, they actually announced the Final Fantasy 7 OG would be coming to the PlayStation 4. People thought it would be announced, the 7 remake, where people were upset. Well, there was wasn't that the thing where they just released like remastered version of the original game playable, so people were like, that's the rumored thing. It just turned out to be like the same game. It was Square Enix Anniversary. It's a turn-based chibi game. Fun, and the designs are fun. Cool. Sort of a love letter to OG fans. Okay, cool. It's on Xbox. It's like Dissidia. All Final Fantasy units appear in the game. Like, what kind of gameplay is it? You say it's like Pokemon. Can you go around, or is it like you're fighting other people, or is it? You say it's linear, so got me into diving into older FFs. That's awesome. Okay, see, it did its job.
What mixed together?
Vita. I wonder if it's free to play.
They put something out on the Vita.
Now that adorable world of Final Fantasy will be released exclusively on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita in 2016. Now, many years ago, Square Enix released a groundbreaking title.
Is that like the live stream?
Went on to become one of the most beloved
we see that a lot
games in PlayStation and video game history.
Don't be cool, dude. Don't do it, you
Tonight,
piece of
I am proud to announce that by popular demand, we have a very special treat for everyone.
No.
Nostalgia!
It's not possible.
Long ago, we looked upon a foreboding sky.
Holy F.
The memory of a star
Kyle Bossman behind his chair.
burns eternal in our hearts.
Oh my god.
What the freaking
He's up on his chair. I don't know. Like, they're like authentic, I swear. Maybe they're acting a bit, but this is the nostalgia inside me. This, like, I'm trying to describe to you guys when Nate the Hate leaked Ocarina of Time. I'm like, I could see myself standing up on a chair. I know that they perform and that they've been like on the internet for years and they're trying to make it entertaining, but I think that's real excitement. I don't think it's too much of an act.
No. What are you doing? Midgar looks exactly like that. What are you doing?
This isn't it.
What are you doing?
This is it.
E3, what are you doing? Why? Nomura. Oh god.
But after the long calm, there are now the beginnings of a stir.
This is why we do it, guys.
The reunion at hand may bring joy.
No.
It may bring fear. But let us embrace whatever it brings.
Was this the Cyber Connect remake? Anyway, let's finish this and then we'll talk.
How did they keep this secret?
For that,
Oh, Barrett's gonna.
back.
Christ.
Barrett. Oh my god. No.
The promise has been made.
This ain't real. It's a movie.
This ain't real.
It's a movie? No,
This ain't real.
It's gotta be like a movie or something.
No. Go.
Oh, it's too good.
Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
That was a huge conference that announced that 2015. People lost it.
PlayStation 4.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god!
Love it. Okay, so like I know people get made fun of, like, I don't know, people are just dumb on the internet and people cannot just let people be happy. But I love like this authentic joy. There's something that's incredibly special about video games that, you know, gives us that pure joy. And yeah, this is like maybe a gateway back to your childhood of how you felt when you were arguing whether Ocarina of Time or Final Fantasy 7 was better back in, you know, when I was like in elementary school. But just pure joy and excitement right? And so what I'm saying is on my thumbnail is I get it now. Like I get it. I can't have that for this game, but I understand the pull towards something that you love, you know? Let me catch it. You guys are saying hearing the Advent Children track was goosebumps, or they have returned. Sage, CyberConnect, crashing out, catch you on Friday. Okay, see you later, DK. Yes, this was CyberConnect, and even has the old Final Fantasy VII voice actors attached. Okay. I was freaking out like them. You were, Alyssa? Were you just going nuts? Okay, see, that's cool. Like, you know, this is why I want to hear your guys' reactions. Perhaps it was no more than wishful thinking. They knew what they were doing. We need to update DK on what crashing out is. Okay. Yeah, DK, crashing out, it means you're losing it, man. You're going on a rant or something. Crashing out, you know. Maybe he's actually just crashing. He's so tired he just went to sleep. Yeah, but the average is just high because of the initial announcement. Okay, can't believe we are farther removed from its launch than the time between that trailer and launch felt like forever. Yeah, that's insane. This and E3 2013 were my all-time favorites. And I miss E3. I know this is like old man yelling at clouds, but there was something so special about having all the three major publishers, or I guess console manufacturers, not publishers, but Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, you know, bringing all of their stuff. You just knew that you were going to get a week full of like amazingness. There would always be something for everyone. I like Summer Game Fest, and I like the Game Awards, but it's usually, it just feels like a press conference from like an Xbox show, you know, or like a PlayStation show. You're not getting all the different variety that was E3, you know. I don't know if it makes sense why developers, I say developers, it makes sense why the console manufacturers, like the big companies, that they would want to not share the light, you know, and the stage with anyone. Like they can have their own thing. A Nintendo can do a Nintendo Direct and everyone's there. And it doesn't matter. I get it. They had to pay all this money, but like I miss E3 so much. I miss it. It was like my favorite time of year. So a question about this version though, like I know people have kind of questioned the tone of the current remakes, how it kind of shifted. I know that Square Enix, like proper, was not happy with CyberConnect kind of internally. So they had to like kind of restart it from it like in-house. But that trailer kind of seems gritty to me, you know? Like what is it? Final Fantasy Remake trailer 2015. Like this just feels gritty, dude. I know we didn't.
I still don't see why we brought a Shinra soldier along.
Is this it? No, that's like old CyberConnect. Never mind. I'm like, where is this? This is it, right? Like the voiceover is like dark and gritty. You know, it I mean, it feels like what we got, but it feels a little darker. You know?
A foreboding sky. The memory of the star.
Yeah, Sony did win a lot of E3's Arts of Anti.
Eternal in our hearts.
It just feels like, I mean, I don't mean to bring him up, but Sebi, like, he probably loved this when he saw this, and then what he got or whatever wasn't. He's like, they're not serious like this. But listen to this music, like it's like Jaws, dude.
Yet with each fond remembrance, we knew those encountered were not forgotten. That someday we would see them again.
Like this is the tone for this trailer. Am I right? It just feels like heavy.
Perhaps it was no more than wishful thinking.
Listen to the piano. Remembrance. Tetsuya Nomura.
But after the long calm, there are now the beginnings of a stir.
It just sounds like we're going to play the most serious game of all time.
Fear, but let us embrace whatever it brings. For they are coming back. At last, the promise has been
made. The tone is honestly more heavy and serious. I think OG itself This was Final Fantasy VII, and it had Advent Children vibes. Play it first on PlayStation 4. Yeah, kind of crazy, right? So people lose their shiz, and then they just know it's happening. You know, that's like all they need. This was kept a secret, a bummer thing. You know, I would have I don't think the pop will go as hard for me whenever Nintendo announces Ocarina of Time remake, but I will still be like, I want to see everything about it. You know, the hard part is this is the first. You know, this is your first shot of Cloud, and you like, okay, like this is so good. You know, you've got Barrett, him walking through. This is the first time you see him fully realized in such detail, and you're thinking like, then your mind doesn't have time to paint the picture of what it's going to be like because this is the first thing you saw of it, right? But for me with Ocarina, I'm like already imagining what it's going to be, and I'm like, well, Nintendo doesn't do really high-end graphics. They've done things like, see, what I wanted it to be like was this. You guys ever seen this? You probably have seen this. This was a Space World demo, and this was after N64, so the GameCube hadn't come out yet. Yeah, Red Bull. Did you hear about the person who got like a bunch of money because Red Bull doesn't give you wings? Okay. So this came out like before the GameCube came out, and this is some sweet resolution right here. But it was Ganondorf and Link fighting, and I was like, it's amazing. Nothing has ever looked better. I don't know what. This is so bad. I'm sorry. The resolution is awful. I watched that on dial-up internet probably 100 times, and it took me like all night to watch one video, which is hilarious. So yeah, that was Space World tech demo or whatever. I was obsessed with that. You know, I was like, I want that. It needs to be this, right? But yeah, let's watch it. Let's watch. Do we have Max here? His reaction to when it happened.
Previously on Max.
So this is
fucking shitting me.
Excuse the language, Max.
Scaled fucking graphics. Oh yeah, that's exactly what we wanted.
He's showing like the juxtaposition of him like being upset. So this was only a few months prior. This is probably what you guys were talking about, how he's like Final Fantasy VII was announced, but it wasn't what they wanted, right? And then cut to
Please welcome back.
Tonight,
cut to here, and then this
I
is
am
them
proud
here.
to announce that by popular demand,
Hold on to your
a
butts!
very special treat for everyone.
Hold on to your butts! Oh fuck!
Sorry for the language.
Long ago, we looked upon a foreboding sky.
Be quiet.
Memory of the star that threatened all.
It's gotta love the passion, man. It's like they're not faking it. I mean, I think streamers always kind of sell it a little bit, but this is authentic as much as it can be.
Came an age of silence.
Oh my fucking god! It's happening!
Yet with each fond
Simmons
remembrance,
is just sitting there, stone face.
those in
It looks super fucking cool! Oh, fucking music!
someday we would see them again. Perhaps it was no more than wishful.
Don't be a movie. Don't be a movie, Nomura.
Don't be a movie.
They'll never come
I'm
out.
okay with them.
They'll never come out.
If they took him out that to work on this, I'm okay with it. Don't be a movie.
Oh, they didn't like Nomura, huh?
Stir. The reunion at hand may bring joy.
Wait, this music's
may
different.
bring fear.
Totally gonna be a
But
movie.
let us face
That's not the same music. What's going on?
whatever it brings.
Maybe they must have cut it.
Believe it.
Look at it already.
Are coming back.
Yeah, they must have changed the music.
God! No way! Oh, my body!
My body. Yeah,
Yes!
Play it first.
They pushed the fucking button!
in case of emergency.
That's fucking happening,
Love it. I love the passion. I love the excitement. Biggles sent me a link. Do I trust you, Biggles? What are you sending me? Oh, yeah. So this was like the Wii U, and this is another thing. Okay, so this was a Wii U demo for E3, but it was not ever like a real game, and people were saying like they would love this to be. I totally know what you're talking about. Thank you for sending this. Yeah, let's watch this. So this never happened, but people like we still have never gotten this detailed of a Zelda ever. They've got like the Studio Ghibli style, Zelda games for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which I love. I think they're amazing. Like I think Breath of the Wild is a masterpiece. Like I love that game, but I don't know what I want. See, the problem is since I know it's leaked, I'm already envisioning like how it should look, and so we speculate what it's going to be like. Whereas like when Final Fantasy VII Remake dropped, it was just boom, incredible, and you just were like, okay, that's what it looks like. I love it. I haven't seen this in forever. It like looks outdated in today's standards, but it was like incredible to see a Zelda look like this. And I think it like featured some gamepad interaction. Yeah, it's got some weird like... Calm down there. It's got some weird lighting, but still cool. The big spider, yeah. After watching Remake's trailer, this looks kind of lame, huh? I still love it! Stab the... Oh, this is like someone recording. You can see their reflection. Look at this person. You see their reflection? Hi, guys. They're like at Best Buy or something. I don't know. They're at E3. Yeah, man, it's... Oh, so they're showing it like at nighttime. Look what the Wii U can look like. We're gonna have a Zelda that looks like this. And then we got Breath of the Wild, one of the best games ever made, and everyone gives the credit to the Switch, but that's really a Wii U game, everybody. The console that nobody liked has the best game ever made. Yeah, I don't know if it's the best game, but it makes a strong case. Yeah, and then you can adjust the camera and stuff like that. Yeah, crazy, right? So let me catch up on chat here, right? You guys say it still feels unreal. The original trailer is the subject for theory crafting that validates the sequel theory. The narrator is Gina Talk Spencer. Is it really? Yeah, that's a deep cut. It's weird that they didn't include Kate Sith in that trailer though. Just some cat like stomping his fist or slamming his fist down on the ground. The first time seeing Prime Cloud in full detail. You see other versions of him in PSP and Smash Bros. This was real Cloud. And don't get sorry. And don't get wings from drinking. Oh, I don't get wings from drinking Red Bull. Yeah, someone actually got like millions of dollars because they sued Red Bull, so they didn't get wings. Okay, yeah. Biggle sent me the Wii U E3 tech demo. How it could look. That tech demo holds up more than any other Legend of Zelda games. It does kind of, I don't know, but like you look at it now, and I actually like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom style better than what that tech demo was. I mean, it's fine, but it still has that look that's, it's all right. It still kind of feels like they just pulled him right out of Twilight Princess, and he's like up-resed a bit, and the lighting's different. The spider looks great. But yeah, I hate Nintendo for doing that. The Wind Waker is what we got. Yeah. I don't know if you guys are talking about the Space World. I'm a little bit behind, but yeah. My only problem, what's up, Mattery? My only problem with Final Fantasy VII Remake is that the original had a dreamlike quality that was completely misused from the new games. Max's passion from 7 is so awesome. Love his videos about the remake. Yeah. Back to Mattery, what you're saying, a dreamlike quality. So like, I never played it, so I don't know. I don't have that connection. So the remake is my first introduction to Final Fantasy VII. But I don't blame people for having passionate views one way or another, right? Because with Remake, you have, I don't know, you just have like this. With Remake, you have this like amazing franchise that everyone loves, right? But you have this one interpretation of it. It's like, I want it to be like the OG. You have the purist, and then you have other people that are like, no, I want it to be like a new story. And then what they're doing with it, when they ended up doing with Remake, it like split the fan base a little bit. But everyone's gonna have like their passion it takes one way or the other, and I don't think you're wrong if you don't like it, and I don't think you're wrong if you do like it. You know, it's just gonna appeal to some people because they had to make a decision of where they were gonna go. But anyway, very interesting. Alyssa saying Nomura got blamed for a lot of stuff over the years. Yeah, it's true. I feel like people have switched that a little bit. Roosevelt says, I think one of my favorite announcements of trailers from E3 is to watch people react to is Devil May Cry 5 trailer. They are really great. Oh, cool. Bunch of nerds, says Javier. What are you talking about, bunch of nerds? You're on this stream, dude. You're on the stream, you're a nerd, and that's cool. I'll go watch those whenever I want to have a feeling again. I do it sometimes. One thing I watch is when Smash Brothers Ultimate was announced for Switch, and there was like at the New York store, people just losing their minds. Twilight Princess is more realistic looking, the most realistic looking Zelda game so far. Yeah, and that's kind of what this style is like, right? Time to remake Final Fantasy VII and time to remake Chrono Trigger. And that's so funny. The button that Max, yeah, I totally know. The new meme is exactly right. It's like break glass in case of emergency. It's the new thing is Chrono Trigger, right? Because they've already done remake. So Spencer, it looks like Spencer, that looks like Twilight Princess. Yeah, it is, but it isn't, right? I don't think I ever saw the Wii U tech demo. Yeah, that's what it looks like this. For the easy money, which now doesn't seem as easy. It's so funny, right? Like, it was like you were guaranteed. If you remade 7, then it was like everyone's going to love it, you know? It's true. I'm a Breath of the Wild, Andy. These tech demos are probably the best Nintendo cutscenes they made. I like my Wii U. Laugh out loud. The Virtual Console was awesome. It was so good. Shout out, Sage. I did have a Wii U. I got it for Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. But I was super resentful when the Switch came out because they were like, you need to buy, you know, Mario Kart 8 again. And I was like, I have this game. Of course, you know, didn't carry on. That's why I call them nerds, Spencer. If I can get an Ocarina of Time remake, let's hope there are no ghosts involved. Did you guys see Prof Noctis's tweet? It made me laugh. I don't know if I can find it, but yeah, that's what he says. What the Ocarina of Time remake needs. Sebby, of course, pops in, is like, nope, I liked it. I thought it was funny. Do it. Vengeance will be mine. Everyone's kind of like, it's going to be the most controversial Nintendo remake of all time regardless. This is Arrow. If you know Arrow, it's kind of fun. If they make it 1-to-1, but with pretty visuals and quality of life, people will say it feels outdated. If they reimagine it with new additions, they'll say it's not Ocarina of Time anymore. No winning. And that's kind of like a bummer, because that's kind of what the discourse that's happened around, you know, remake. I think my point is earlier on when I'm just saying, like, we should just be grateful that remake exists. The fact that we get to explore this world in all its vast openness, whether you think it's clunky or bloated. Like me and Jolie and Ernest, when we talk on the shows, like, we'll call it out if we don't like it. Maybe not Ernest, but me and Jolie will. But at the same time, it's still wonderful that this exists. You know, not most fandoms don't get this, and I'm finally starting to realize, like, oh, like, it's gonna happen to me. My childhood is gonna get remade. Maybe I'll hate it. You know, maybe I'll be like, oh, super sad about it. You know, but yeah, so. Prof Noctis saying this is what the Ocarina of Time remake needs, which made me laugh. I was kidding. They're called Pose. And in the original, that is true. I loved shooting Pose horseback, man. That's so funny, Biggles. If there is something Ocarina of Time needs, it's the whispers. The game time travel aspect of Ocarina is half-baked. Laugh out loud. Yeah, so I don't know, like, for me, I'm just happy that these things exist. I'm totally bought in. I'm gonna buy it day one, you know. But as far as like these other things, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see like what Final Fantasy or what Ocarina of Time turns out to be, but I'm just thrilled and excited for it to be a thing, you know. But anyway, yeah, this is the live press conference. This was what people were like in the room.
Long ago, we looked upon a foreboding.
Just want to hear the crowd's reaction.
In its wake, an age of silence. Yet each
People are starting to put it together. If you're saying skiing to talk, that's awesome. Whoever does the voiceover, it's amazing. Was Nomura, was he the director of the original Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1? I don't know. Because Hamaguchi is the director now, but did Nomura, did he direct? Says he directed it, right? Where am I? So did he actually direct Remake? I don't know. Maybe he did. I'm dumb. I don't know if like Hamaguchi was a co-director or something. I know that he was the character designer, but I didn't know if he did that. Toolman says it isn't actually Gina talk, but the debate is if they meant this to sound like him. Oh gosh. So you're like you're taking this voiceover as like lore to help flesh out theories online. Interesting. He was a concept artist and co-wrote Final Fantasy VII OG, says Roosevelt. Katase was the director. He also co-directed Remake. Gotcha.
The reunion at hand may bring joy.
I just want to hear the crowd go nuts.
Let us embrace whatever it brings. For
Remake. Look at all those people. Someone's got like a heavyweight champion's belt. That's fun, man. Yeah, I just like, this is what gaming can do for people, you know? I don't know, like, I've been watching this person lately talk about games. Her name is Laura Fryer, I think. I don't know if you guys know her, but she was like an executive back at Microsoft when they were releasing the Xbox. She's got some interesting takes on it because she was there for the Xbox team, the Xbox launch. And she just released a video today that was talking about how gamers used to be like this, right? They used to just like love. This was before, like, I mean, social media was out, but it was like not a huge thing. And people were so happy when a game came out, right? Now it's like, did it hit the right amount of Steam numbers? And there's so many people looking to dogpile on the game and say it was awful. And, you know, this is why I don't like the like negative approach. Even if you dislike the game and you're not excited about any remakes or whatever, it's like you have to realize that when developers used to make games, like it used to be for moments like this, you know? Like, you don't have to like it, but you don't have to yuck other people's yum just because it didn't, you know, it didn't have to be for you, right? I mean, they're trying to. They want it to appeal to like a large audience, right? But I don't know, like, it's funny. So anyway, Laura, I think it's Laura Fryer's take. She talks about how it's just a bummer that there was such a time when developers weren't very, like, you didn't know who the developers were, and when a game came out, there was like midnight launches and premieres. I don't know if you guys ever got to go to those, but like I was there on the Halo 2 midnight launch, right? I was with my buddies, and we stayed up all night and got Halo, and then we went and played it all night. We didn't go to sleep, and then I had like chemistry the next morning in high school, and I couldn't even get through the day, but I'm like, it didn't matter because we were up all night playing Halo. And like, games used to be events and people were just excited about it. Now it's like, you don't do that now because it's distributed digitally and you just get it in your, you just have it at 12:01 a.m. or whatever. But you don't have that anymore, and it's like become fashionable to hate on games just as much as it is to like be excited about it. And I understand that it's like the, rage bait incentive economy when it comes to social media and stuff, but like, I don't have a problem with people being negative about stuff if they honestly feel that way. But the problem is it's become an incentive to do that now, right? And then people kind of get addicted to that incentive where it's like, well, if I'm negative, then I get views and clicks and all this stuff. And then it just spirals. And then you just have whole industries based around looking at Steam database charts and saying like how many concurrent players are playing Marathon, or is Crimson Desert awful or is it good? Just kind of like the gaming discourse right now is such a bummer. I think some people push back on it, and maybe some of it's deserved. I think developers aren't blameless here. I think sometimes like maybe they try to push stuff on gamers that like they don't want, and then they're told that they're supposed to like it. But anyway, Laura Fry's another great YouTube channel if you guys want to check her out. She's got some cool insight into like game development and all the stuff that they would do to launch games. Alyssa says that worked for Xbox. I agree with that take. 2 different voice actors similar to Guy, okay, by a different person in that trailer. I think they could add at least some voice acting, because with the movie coming, they want to start to get people used to the idea of Link being more vocal. Oh, you're talking about like whether or not it's voice. That would be crazy. Yeah, Link. If they added voice acting for Ocarina of Time, that would be crazy. If it's a full remake, it's possible. Jeez, that would be so weird. But Link never talked. I think it would be awesome if I think it would be sweet if the movie that comes out, like, they could make it work with not having Link ever talk. It wouldn't work, but that would be like such a nod to the franchise. I remember the original Cloud design was Angeal. Then when Nomura designed Zack, he took Cloud to redesign it. Okay. I don't think they will give Link a voice though. Oh, so you don't think they will in the movie? Or do you say they won't in a game? That's probably correct. Okay. Feels like the environment, at least, this is kind of, Alyssa's talking about what I was saying. Feels like the environment at least allowed for more innovation and creativity, but as companies grow and become corpos, I think that also played a role in gaming fans being more outright cynical about games. Yeah, it's more transparent now, and you kind of see how the sausage is made, and it can make people upset. Like, I used to love Advent Children in high school, but for a number of reasons, I grew to hate... Oh, AC, not Advent Children. You're saying Assassin's Creed. In high school, but for a number of reasons, I grew to hate Ubisoft. Don't bother with their games anymore. Gotcha. Yeah, I knew people that loved Assassin's Creed, and they don't care about it very much anymore. Yeah, Mattery's agreeing. Maybe no spoken dialogue. Definitely more impressive. We just need to turn off social media, says Artsy. But then how would I talk to you guys? It's so funny because YouTube is a funny platform because it's like a, it's a social media platform, but it's also like, just go there, we can talk. But everyone's always like, I didn't know you went live. And I'm like, well, I posted on Twitter, but everyone's like, I don't want to go on Twitter. I don't blame you if you don't want to. But if you are wondering when we go live, you will know because I will announce it on Twitter. I used to announce it on the YouTube social posts, but Jolie's like, you're junking them up with our streams, which is fair because it was like a post every other day. So now we reserve the YouTube posts for like big deep dives when they come out, so people kind of know when we're releasing a new episode. But that's a fair point, Artsy. We need to turn off social media more. 100%. Yeah, see, Alyssa never knows. She doesn't interact with us on the other channels, which is good because she's a well-rounded, healthy human being. Wheel says, well, soon you'll need several forms of government ID to use Reddit. So that ought to wean people off it. Is that true? I knew that about Discord. I didn't know if that was true about Reddit. Roosevelt says, also back then the companies were run creatively by creatives, and now a lot of things are so corporate and ran in soulless. Yeah. Like, I don't think gamers, this is like, it's such a interesting environment because I know that gamers just want to love the games. They don't want to hate it. There are some that just want to hate for views and stuff like that. But I think for the most part, if like a good game comes out, you can have those people that try to farm engagement with rage and negativity. But if the game is good, like it's not gonna stick, they'll always have their followers that that just kind of follow them like sheep, and it doesn't matter. But there are some that, if the game is good, then people are gonna enjoy it. But what you're saying, Roosevelt, is true. Like companies were run creatively, and now it's like, how much can we milk out of this franchise, and can it be a live service? I think a very good example of this is Rockstar. I don't know if you guys know the story behind Rockstar, but they're the ones that made the Arkham games, the Batman Arkham games. And they're some of the most beloved single-player games ever. But then they, just had that Suicide Squad stuff come out over the past couple of years. And it was just because it was this major push by W Games and the whole industry. It's like, we need to have our Fortnite. So, like, let's take a popular IP and, like, turn it into a live service game, I played a ton of Anthem, which is hilarious because, people hated that game. But I loved BioWare. Mass Effect is my favorite franchise when it comes to, like, more modern games. And I played Anthem, but Anthem was, like, this thing where they shoehorned live service into they're a studio that made single player games, and it bummed me out that this was the direction that they were going, but that's what they wanted to do. So, it's frustrating. I can empathize with people that are upset with how things have been run, and then the sad part is, and you guys probably heard the news too, it's that like Fortnite, like Epic laid off all these people because they're saying we need to raise the price of, was it V-Bucks or whatever, because Fortnite is becoming really expensive to run. But it's like the number one downloaded game on every console, and it's like huge, and they can't make it work. It's like, why would other companies want to chase the Fortnite tons and tons of money when the cash cow that is Fortnite isn't there? They're like, we're losing money on it now. Like, they're doing something wrong. It was doing so well, and they just want everything to grow exponentially. And so they're like, well, we got to just do more and more and more and more. And now it's costing more, and it's not, and player numbers are dipping. So we got to charge people more. It's like, you have the most popular game in the world and you can't make it work. So, I know that other people want to chase it because they've seen the success. But then if Fortnite is your use case, it's like, well, now it's not doing them great. I mean, it basically props up the entire company. So I'm not saying it's not great, Oh, thank you. Yes, Rocksteady. See? Yeah, sorry. Rocksteady is the one who made Arkham games. Rockstar is obviously the GTA Red Dead guys. Like that's also funny because they've spent like billions of dollars on GTA 6, and it'll make its money back, but like people will compare GTA 6 to other games. It's like, this game costs like $3 billion to make, even like really expensive games that are like 200, 300, 400 million, like Spider-Man 2 and all these other things. Like, you can't compare like a $3 billion game to a $200, $300 million game, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. Don't make League talk, says RC Van. To give him minimum dialogue. League speaking would be wild. I mean, he has to speak in the movie, right? I think it would be cool if he didn't speak, but I think he will speak in the movie. Spencer, I need your 2 cents on the controversy that was unleashed by the fan photos of Final Fantasy VII remake voice actors at a con. What are you talking about? Are you talking about... No, we're not going to get... You just want me to talk about shipping. You're talking about like when Cody and Britt like were like holding hands or something? Like they were like holding hands over a plushie? I think that's what you're talking about. It just bums me out when I see like any of the voice actors. Brianna spoke up, but she gets the brunt of like all this stuff with all these Claudies going after her, and and then like Claris will. It's like, but then I saw a picture of Cody and Brianna holding like their plushies next to each other, and then Claris were freaking out. They're like, "Yay! Like our ship is confirmed." It's like they're just voice actors. They don't even get the script in advance, guys. They have no say on what happens. Just funny to me. So that's my take, if that's what you're saying, Javier. Alyssa says, got to start up that Patreon. Announcements can be free in tier. Yeah, that's true. That is true. We just want good games, at least this generation in the chat. Yeah. Rocksteady, thanks for correcting me. Link talk in Saturday Night Cartoon, guys. It was weird. Yeah, and there was those like Philips CDI games where he talked. Wild. Yeah, sorry, Rocksteady. Rocksteady? Man, you guys were ticked off that I was slandering Rockstar. Well, excuse me, princess. Rockstar is GTA, which also became the live service in a way. Well, yeah, I mean, it did, but it still offers everything, It's going to have a full single-player campaign, and they're going to have GTA Online that lasts forever, and I get it. Like, everything's kind of doing that. That's why it keeps selling, is because the online mode. Javier says, you got it, Bigglesworth. High five. Rocksteady, Rockstar is GTA. Yes. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Did you hear Disney wants to buy Epic? I did see that. They already have like a few $1 billion stake in the company. So what would Disney do, man? I got hoodwinked by a post about Kingdom Hearts the other day, which is fine because my point still... I just really wanted to talk about... Here, I'll show you. No. I'll show you what I said. I know how to use Twitter, I promise. Let me switch over here. So, yeah, right here. So this is not true, by the way. Today's April Fool's, so everything is unreal, but this was a few days ago. This is March 30th. Someone said, rumor, credible sources close to Square Enix have revealed that the reason the silence over Kingdom Hearts 4 is due to developers having to redo most of the game's design entirely. The words will now be based on Disney live-action remakes, or the Worlds series at the company's request, right? So that's not true. But the fact that this was like... I hate Disney's live service push. Because these movies are all objectively worse than the originals, right? So I had a little anecdote about my son. So my 6-year-old son has been watching Disney movies lately, and he's just starting to watch them. And he says, my 6-year-old son has asked our Google speaker to play Hakuna Matata after seeing the original Lion King. So he's been really into this. He's been singing it, He'll be like, Jolie, he'll be like, Mom, you sing this part, and then I'll sing this part, and they like sing it together. It's really cute. And then Google played the live action remake version, and he said, not this one, I hate this. And I'm like, Disney is so creatively bankrupt now, and they're dragging Kingdom Hearts down with them. So I was like, I just wanted to tell that story. Obviously, like, I'm like, oh great, Kingdom Hearts is getting getting dragged down. And it's not true, but my point still stands. Like, I totally see Disney as this creatively bankrupt company right now. They don't have any new ideas. They're just churning out remakes that sell a ton of money because this is the negative side of nostalgia, right? I'll buy up Ocarina of Time remake, even if it's terrible, and people like maybe us will, even if people don't like, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake's, trilogy is good, but people will buy it up because of nostalgia, and Disney adults will come and they'll watch all this stuff, and they'll go take their families to the theaters to see these live action, remakes that I think are awful. But they'll do it because they have nostalgia for their beloved franchises, So when you say, what if Disney buys up Epic? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't have any like love for Epic. I don't play Fortnite, and I know that's like basically all they do, and then they make Unreal Engine. So it's like, what is Disney gonna do to that? I just think they would make it worse. So I don't know. Yes, I did hear that, Alyssa, but I just feel like it would be bad. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, Unreal Engine 5 may suck, but that would be probably ruin any future engines and competition in the field too. Yeah, I think it would be bad. I don't think this would be a good call for them to do. Maybe they should have spent all that money on pointless lawsuits, and plus they are being fired because of AI no matter what they say. Yeah, I don't like the 30% cut of like the console manufacturer or like Apple or YouTube or like whatever. It's hard, you know. But I mean, they can charge what they want because they built the ecosystem that, you know, everyone uses. I don't like it, but I don't think that like Epic has a right to come in and say like, no, you shouldn't charge that much. It's like, well, brother, like that's the ecosystem that people want to be in, you know? And they say it's like a monopoly, but then you have other choices. It's like they were trying to, it felt kind of gross to me, the Epic thing, because even though I don't like the 30% cut that like Steam, PlayStation, every you know, company takes, it's like Steam does this thing where they take 12% cut and they give more to the developers, I think. And it's more fair. It's like, cool, that's great. And you would think like, well, developers will go to Epic Game Store because they get like a more of a cut, but people were okay. People want to stay on Steam because they like the ecosystem. They love being there, you know? And I think the market should try to compete in that way. But it felt like their lawsuit was a reason to justify what they were trying to do. And I don't know, they like got hosed over Apple. I don't know if they won some things and they lost some things. I don't know. But yeah, good point, Roosevelt. Probably over 4 by the time it actually drops. Yeah, okay. Imagine if GTA 6 isn't what it's hyped up to be. Imagine bugs, glitches, frame drops, crashes. Industry will collapse big time. Yeah, I mean, it is propping it up with all of these crazy prices, with PlayStation raising its prices. Like, my PS5 digital edition was $399 when I bought it. I think it was $399. Now it's like $599. It's $200 more. And you know, you have something like a PS5 Pro, which I would never buy. I just like, it's so funny. I have a PC, so it's like I don't blame the people who want to get like the best frame rates and the best graphics that they can get, and if they don't want to have like a PC, that's fine. So like PlayStation 5 Pro is for you. Cool. It's got like its own, you know, reasons for existing. But like things are so expensive and everything's riding on this GTA 6 launch, you know. It's like they keep pushing it back. It's supposed to come out like 2 years ago, then last year, and now they're pushing it then earlier this year, and then they push it out even later, you know. And it's the big boogeyman, like whenever it's going to drop. But like entire industry of video games is like resting on this, you know. Whenever Circana, Matt Pescatella's he works for them, it's the people that were the NPD group, and they come out with numbers about video game sales, and they'll say stuff like, you know, video game sales are down year over year, and they've been continued to decline since like the pandemic or something. That's not exactly true, but you know, they'll talk about how everything's stagnating, but everyone will say, well, but when GTA 6 comes out, it's going to be huge, you know. You have companies like GameStop, right? That they're like holding on by a thread, and they have been for the past like 7 years. And because everyone's buying digital games now, they're not buying, you know, physical games as much. And they're like just waiting for GTA 6 to launch, so because it just keeps them afloat a little bit more. But RC Vandy, I can't imagine. Like if it was like a Cyberpunk situation where it just like didn't work on the consoles, like I mean that would be crazy. I don't think that will happen because they just have so much. They won't release it until it's up to their standards because they just have unlimited time and money. Javier is excited that I talked about the controversy. Then Justice for Tifa popped in and said, "It's just plushies. It means nothing." Means nothing, you guys. Yeah. Rocksteady low-key was on par with Rockstar. That's a good take. I think Rocksteady was awesome. And they made awesome games. I mean, they didn't make the games that were as big as Rockstar, but I love the Arkham games, you know. The Arkham trilogy was a formative experience from people in my gen. Yeah, loved Arkham. Oh, Maddie's saying, oh, does Spencer not know about this Saturday morning Zelda cartoon? Maybe I don't know about it. I know about the CDI games, but I don't know about this Saturday morning one. I watched like some Sonic the Hedgehog ones and some Mario ones. They were pretty old. Liz says, I'm just saying that we could have had a Bully 2 and other good games on top of Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 6 over the last decade, and it hadn't gone the live service route. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's the price of live service, right? It's just like you have one game and that's all you support, which is a bummer. Biggle says, I blocked Ultima for the... yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah, if you see Ultima saying anything about Kingdom Hearts, just never believe him. Oh, okay, you blocked the guy. Gotcha. That I'm sharing with you. This guy. I'm like, who's Ultima? And see, maybe, and then other people. So I got this fine person here. I don't know who this is. ZZ Afrit ZZ. He's like, it's a joke, guys. Look at the quote retweets or something. He's like, I'm just letting you know because. Oh yeah, look, there's Biggles blocking him right there. I'm just letting people know that it's a joke. Discussions around this game are going to be miserable if people actually believe this. Ultima does this all the time. And so maybe he's Kingdom Hearts Sebi, where he's like, it's going to suck. And, he's just rage baiting and farming that engagement. I don't know, right? But it can be a few things, but I don't know. I just think, I don't know. There's so much to say when it comes to different companies and what their incentives are in gaming. It's a bummer because I kind of want it to collapse. I want the live service stuff to come crashing down, but it never will. I mean, there's certain things that you kind of have to compete in that space because they're taking up just so much time of all the gamers that play, And then I'm just the old, guy yelling at cloud saying, I want my single player games back. But hopefully, we'll get some of those still. I think that they'll never go away, but the future looks bleak for some things like that. But the fact that Epic is struggling with their biggest live service game in the world, so who knows? Alyssa says he knows the finer arts. And he knows the finer arts. Sorry, I'm so behind. Coolman says, the only thing dragging Kingdom Hearts down is those massive shoes everyone wears. The Mickey shoes that everyone has to wear. The Sora shoes. It's true. Tell me that's a lie, Spencer. What did I say? I can't remember. I just want to play my games without much trouble. Glad I got my launch PS5 edition. I have the launch one too, yeah. It's great. But this might sound blasphemy on a Final Fantasy channel, but I'm considering selling my PlayStation 5. Or I don't think we will. We'll probably keep it, but we don't play anything on it. We have it for Final Fantasy, and now we own both those games on PC, and they're coming out on Switch, and it's I guess we keep the PlayStation around. Part 3, Jolie plays it there, and I can play it on Switch or PC, but I have Horizon, because it was a game that was bundled with it when I bought the game or bought the console. But I'm just not. I know it's sad. I'm not a gamer. I'm a Nintendo person. So I was asking Jolie. I'm like, can we play Super Smash Brothers on stream one day if I get it working? She's like, only if you play as Cloud and Sephiroth. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. But yeah, I love Mario Kart. I love Smash Brothers. I love Zelda, obviously. I love Xenoblade. I'm just a Nintendo person, and I gone into Final Fantasy realm with PlayStation, Let's see here. Those big shoes, you're right, Toolman. Tell me that's a lie. Okay. Yeah. So am I. I'm not into PC gaming. Give me something that I can just push on. Yeah, totally. So that's the joy of console gaming, right? You don't need to deal with it. You don't need to update your drivers. You just play the thing and it works. Although consoles have updates now. Javier sends me a link. Let me see what this is.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
I got a Wonder ad. Hey guys, this is the Saturday morning cartoons of Zelda here.
Excuse me, princess. Excuse me, princess.
Okay, so this is what Biggles was talking about. Because I read that comment like, well, excuse me, princess, and you're like, he didn't do it right.
Excuse me, princess. Excuse me, princess. Well, excuse me, princess. Hey,
This is good stuff.
excuse me, princess.
Check out this awesome
Well,
animation.
Excuse me. Excuse me, princess.
Is it just that all he says the whole time?
Excuse me, princess. Excuse me, princess. Well, excuse me, princess.
This is outrageous. Why would you greenlight this, Nintendo?
Princess? Well, excuse me, princess.
Uh-oh, he's got his heart boxers on. So what do we think? Is he like, does he just hate Zelda? What's the plot of the Saturday morning cartoon series, guys? Let me know. Excuse me. I don't think you need to hear any more excuse me, princesses, but thank you for sending me the link. Ultima's just having fun, but people fall for it too much and thinks he's some kind of insider. He's just a dude. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So maybe he's not even rage baiting. He's just teasing people. People take things too seriously, guys. Speaking of remake hype, the remake reveal trailer is what made me into a fan. No nostalgia. Okay, cool. So are you talking about the reveal trailer we just watched? So you were like, okay, that seems like the type of game I would want to play. Isn't like Final Fantasy your new favorite series, Toolman, or is Resident Evil still yours? I get those mixed up. RC Vandy says, why do Square always announce games 10 years early ahead of time? Normal game devs announce games 2 years before releasing. I don't know if they do that anymore. I mean, they did do that with Remake, kind of. I mean, they that was 5 years before Remake, right? In 2015, it came out in 2020, but that's like troubled development cycles. It's not only just because that's their style of, announcing games, but I don't know. I think it's just reflects on, if they run a tight ship or not, and people kind of have their stuff together. But anyway, I could be wrong. And part 3 will be a multi-console Spencer. I say sale. Yeah, well, I'm excited I want to get it on my Switch. So I'm going to play it in bed, even if it looks worse and the frame rate's lower. I don't care. Play it like that. Remember how I said you should play more games? Keep the PS5, you'll find something. Well, Roosevelt, that's the thing, right? Like, I play lots of Nintendo games. I just don't have time to go into, like, the PlayStation 5. I have, like, my brother-in-law's library. He shares his PlayStation with me. So I have, like, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, Stellar Blade. I have all the God of Wars, all the Horizons, all these things. Like, I could go hard into PlayStation. I just don't have time to play everything, I'm too busy talking to you guys. No, I'm kidding. But that's totally fair. I never admit to being someone who plays a ton of games. I play Nintendo a lot, and I play a few games on PC, but that's like friend games, I've played like Helldivers a ton. That's just like my game where I chill with my buddies. We blow up bugs and stuff. But yeah, Roosevelt. Link is so likable. This is awful, says Bigglesworth. I kind of miss Burnett Link. Yeah, look at him, dude. So cute. With that brown hair. That is Zelda, Spencer. It's his legend. Not Zelda. I know, that's funny. Like, the whole... That never bothered me, because I grew up with Zelda games, but I knew who Link was, and I knew who Zelda was. But it didn't bug me that people were like, oh, Zelda, he's so cool with his green tunic. I was like, yeah, it's not, but whatever. Link always wanted to kiss Zelda in the cartoon, and the excuse me was his laugh out loud. That was the premise. Kiss Princess Zelda. He managed to do it in one episode only. Did you hear about the Mario movie and how they're like officially Mario and Peach have been friend zoned, like they don't end up together or whatever. So it's like not a canonical relationship, not a canonical ship, you guys. So like there's always like this will they won't they with the movies, but they can't officially do it because the video games never have. Funny. So you're saying Link was problematic? Yeah, dude. Do not just go smooching girls if they don't want you to. Patriots fan, Alyssa says, everyone was doing it then, and it was for the investors more than the fans. You're talking to RC Vanty, okay. Yeah, since 2015, I think I've played at least like 2 to 3 Final Fantasy games a year. It's a problem. Oh, okay, so like you are not nostalgic for these games. You got back into the series because of the announcement in 2015. But you've played a bunch, right? Like, have you played all of them? That's why you're always telling me to go play the original, because you're like me, someone who's introduced to Final Fantasy later in life, and then you're like, you got to play the original. That's an interesting tool, man. Companies have done it less now because of these stupid long dev times and fan outrage. Yeah. Oh, you have Stellar Braid? You should totally play it on stream. I'm not going to play Stellar Braid. We're not that's the thing, like, Jolie's like, you can play Smash Brothers if you only play Cloud and Sephiroth, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to play a totally unrelated game, you know. Maybe wait till confirmation that Remake Part 3 will be multi-platform at launch before selling. Well, I think it's like locked in. I see what you're saying. Like, you're saying like that potentially it could come to PlayStation 5 as a timed exclusive. That makes sense. I don't think it will. I think that marketing deal is done. But not a bad idea, Zage. Roosevelt says, hey, these Wednesday streams could be Spencer Plays Like Celebrate. So that, I know what you're saying. Yeah, but I would use that time to play Final Fantasy games if we decided to, Speaking of, I said, if you probably didn't see on Twitter, but if we have time tonight, if we get through it, then we'll play the best Final Fantasy game I think that's ever been reviewed. So that's still a possibility for tonight. But yeah, I would use these streams to play games. But Jolie wants to be I think we've talked about, because our Friday streams we stream together and we play Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and that was voted on by the community. But we do want to stream other games, Alyssa says Strangers of Paradise. I don't know. Was that the highest reviewed one? Yeah. So Javier says Biggles. You can only do that if there is Final Fantasy character mods, so Jolie can authorize the stream. Oh yeah, that's right. I'll have to mod Cloud into Stellar Blade or Tifa. Tifa would be appropriate for that Stellar Blade character. Yeah, Mario is not Peach. Well, Peach, laugh out loud. Nintendo, the only company that would put their character in the cuck chair, says Roosevelt. Mario, also 25. Chaos. Hey, what's up, Red? We're just chatting about remakes and how I'm excited for the Ocarina of Time remake, even though it hasn't been announced, and we've gone over some stuff like how people were excited for Final Fantasy VII remake when it was revealed. It's the highest reviewed in our hearts, says Roosevelt. I was listening to a podcast today where someone said I actually like Stranger of Paradise more than 16. Oh, geez. I don't like. It's so funny because I feel like I've never played Stranger of Paradise, but to me it seems like the story is hot trash, but the gameplay is probably fun because it's like a Souls-like game. The trailers are so bad, and I know that we joke. Chaos. Bagels, thank you for the super chat. All right, fine. Chocobo Mystery Dungeon, then. It technically qualifies. Thank you for the super chat, Bagels. That's so nice. No, we're not playing Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. But that's a good poll. What podcast were you listening to, Alyssa? Shout it out. Let people go watch the fun stuff that you listen to. Yeah, but I don't know. We don't have to litigate 16 right now. You guys know how I feel about 16. But Mario is canon so Mario in canon was the ex-boyfriend of Pauline, the girl you rescue in Donkey Kong Arcade. You know Pauline. She was retconned in Donkey Kong Bonanza as a young girl. I heard about that. I know that Pauline is, from the original Donkey Kong, and that's who Mario goes to save from Donkey Kong, but then she's a young girl in the Bonanza. Nintendo doesn't care about stories. They're not like, so when you say retcon and Donkey Kong Bonanza, they can do whatever they want. There's so many different, like, the Zelda timeline makes no sense. If you play Breath of the Wild, there's all this stuff that happens with, the shrines and the guardians and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, it just becomes like, when you play Tears of the Kingdom, none of that technology is there. They don't even reference it. It's like, okay, they don't care. It's just, they wanted to make like a Minecraft Zelda where people could build stuff, But yeah, Alyssa says, and I was like, for combat, I agree. So don't be sad for Mario. Okay, we're not sad for Mario. Red Sarge says, Ocarina of Time remake would be nice, but then I'd have to buy a Switch 2. Dude, buy a Switch 2. They're the best. All right, fine. Check out my... Okay, yeah. Both of those characters are already modded into Stellar Blade, so you're golden. I'm sure. Cloud is in Stellar Blade and Tifa? Okay, that's hilarious. There's actually a decent number of people who say that I might be one of those people. That you might be one of those people? Do you look like one of the characters? Roosevelt, are you trying to tell us that you were like the face scan model for one of the characters in Stellar Blade? Toolman TV, what's up, Toolman? Sinatra in Stranger of Paradise, that's about as good as it gets. That's right, he was singing. Frank Sinatra is the voice in the Stranger of Paradise. Right? Isn't he the guy or they use that, like... Oh, we gotta look it up. Okay, let's look it up. This is important. Stranger of Paradise. Frank Sinatra. So funny. All right, guys. Let's take a look at Stranger of Paradise. We could have streamed this.
Risk your lives to save us made me realize something. I was wrong before.
Look at this game.
Leah and I must survive. We must become beacons of hope among the chaos, that all may look...
I like that he just looks like a guy that was pulled out of, I don't know, like a 1995 like MTV punk rock band video or something. It's like we're so used to Final Fantasy characters looking ridiculous, and he just has like a normal haircut.
In times of doubt.
We're gonna get copyright struck hard, dude. I don't even know what's going on.
Jack. Just tell us about the crystals.
Just tell
us. Those who are to forge the future mustn't be concerned with trivialities.
And cut to the chase.
This said it was Frank Sinatra one. I don't know if that's true. Man, Jolie. Look at him taking out that Tonberry.
Will just make it harder to do our duty. It's a mercy to forget.
How many of you guys have actually played this game? Let me know in the chat if you played.
Did you defeat Tiamat? I am Sophia. Well met.
All I know now is that I want to see this through to the end.
Toolman 100%
Makes us warriors of light, like in the prophecy.
They're warriors of light.
Then don't say it.
No can do.
Wait, isn't this supposed to be like the Final Fantasy Origins? This is before Final Fantasy 1? Is that how it is in the timeline?
This one's not like the rest.
This is a long trailer. Guy looks like a cool boss. How was that, cool man?
You forget your place.
You play as like a party? The enemies look cool. The designs look good.
I don't
give a damn who you are. Where did I come from?
We're strangers.
Jack Garland.
I'm a
Guys,
stranger.
you know who he reminds me of? Jack Garland. He looks like why can I not think of the name? The guy from Ever Crisis. Cloud's dad, Glenn Lodbrok. That's who it is, guys, right there. He's proto Glenn, says Javier. Yeah. That's totally it, man. My only critique of the story is I wish it was like an isekai story. I wish it was an isekai story that... Okay, so... Is an isekai story... I'm sorry, I'm dumb. See, I need to play more games. I need to watch more anime. I need to, like, read more manga. So isekai story is like when... It's like a fish out of water story when they take someone that's, like, not part of this world and then he's like, thrown into this, like, fantastical world. I'm guessing what that is, Roosevelt. Tell me if I'm wrong. This is the OG remake, literally. No, it's not it's like before OG, right? Or is this like Final Fantasy 1? Is this Final Fantasy 1? Are all these characters in the first Final Fantasy? That would be crazy. No, it's a retelling of Final Fantasy 1. This is also one of Square Enix's anniversary title. That's crazy. I thought this was like a prequel to the first one. This is literally like Final Fantasy 1. You can play this one instead of playing the NES version, right? That's crazy. Okay. It's got Souls-like combat, but it wasn't that memorable. Is Jack Glenn's dad? Totally. That's what it feels like. I played it more for Team Ninja than for Final Fantasy, though. Okay, cool. See, you guys are all better gamers than me. Roosevelt's calling me out, and he's right. He has a Warhammer. Imagine it's revealed in part 3 that Glenn is Jack/Chaos. Laugh out loud. Yeah, like Spirited Away. Okay, so that's like an isekai. Gotcha. It is a prequel and Final Fantasy 1 at the same time. Yes, we gotta stream this, man. Can you imagine Jolie playing Souls-like bosses? You die. Yes, that's what it is. I have played Dark Souls, by the way. That's my only From Software game that I've played. Good luck, Spencer. This was released after Remake, I believe. Yeah, it was.
Here, likely to wander off before long.
I'm going to be very upset if we don't get the Frank Sinatra stuff here at the end. Oh, they're getting married. He's got the black materia. Oh, we thought the key made it, but it was Jack's all along. We need this stream ASAP.
But this is very special to you.
Yeah, it's going to kill Gaia.
Forget.
The whole planet.
The end is nigh. The end is nigh. We're almost there, Jack. Just a little further.
I love that his name is Jack.
What have I done?
Ernest would love this game. Oh, it's like an egg. Aw, dang. Aw, dang, Jack. You done messed up, Jack. Yes. Here comes the copyright strike, everybody. It's like we were just reacting to a video. Yeah, we're screwed.
Be crazy if you want to change the world.
Jolie's like gonna get mad at me because we're like, Frank's gonna take all of our money. What? Like the tonality of this game, right? What is this game? I did it my way. This game is more like an action game than it is a Souls game. You have a full party you can control, and you don't have a stamina meter. Okay, that's cool. You don't have a stamina meter? Man, think of all the stuff you could do in Dark Souls. Just block forever? Just go wail on people with stuff? They say Zack is the origin of it all. Jack is the original of all? My way. It makes much more sense if you've played the game. So you're like defending it, Toolman. You're saying he did it his way, right? It is chaos. What is this game?
I won't give up.
Yeah.
I know we can do this together.
This is nuts. Unbelievable. Like when I saw this, I was just like, what is this game?
Forget.
I'll just play it out. If we get copyright struck, then we'll learn. We're small enough to know. The power of friendship, says Javier.
The rest.
Are these
Jack?
The rest is up to Jack. Are these characters likable? Is the party cool? Or is it just like, it just doesn't feel like it has that Final Fantasy party, you know? But I could be wrong. Is this song not almost old enough to be public domain? Probably true. We'll find out.
I did it.
As the world changed for the better, Jack.
Look at his t-shirt. Like, okay, even he's got like a cell phone. He's got like this basically just normal t-shirt. They try to make it Final Fantasy by, you know, extending out the cloth and cutting it at like a asymmetrical, you know, angle. But there's everything about this doesn't seem like it's a Final Fantasy game. Oh, now I need to play the full game. There, they exit me.
Goodbye.
They are there. They exist. Maybe. Laugh out loud. Needs more belts. Yes. No one needs to get more belts.
You sure about that?
Listen to the way he sounds.
Of course I am. You never forget your
You
first
sure
love.
about that? It's so funny. He's a grunge singer, Spencer. Yeah, from like the 1990s. They had to license that song. Is that song in the game? It must be, because they're doing it for the trailer. That'd be funny if it was just a trailer. A lot of times companies will, you know, maybe it's not in the game. Like, they have to license that music. I bet it's not in the game, actually. Let me know if it's in the game. Also, another problem with it is the DLC. Never been a big fan of how Team Ninja do their DLCs. Jack is Scott Weiland, laugh out loud, or Wieland. That's how I dressed for church when I was 12. Oh my gosh. See, like, he's actually in like Dragoon armor right there. But they're like trying to sell it to us. Man, the alias thing is going nuts here on this.
I promise you, I won't forget.
Now he's on like a throne of skulls.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I know that's like the throne that like Garland or whatever. So wait, is he the big bad at the end? March 18th, 2022. After 2 years after Remake came out, guys. How many people popped off at E3 for that? All right. Probably no one. It is, in fact, in the game. You think it's a cheap license? Frank Sinatra's like a big deal, guys. It's a big deal. Oh, I don't know. That's very funny. Well, I've made you guys wait long enough. You guys want to play the best Final Fantasy game ever made? We see if this works. This is going to be a little tricky. They haven't done this yet. You say it was awesome. I think this song is the first song you hear when you play the game. Is it kind of like what they did with kind of like what they did with the what was that thing they did? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 15, Stand By Me. It was kind of like has that energy, right? That's kind of how I feel. One sec, I have to make my I'm gonna do this. Okay. All right. Well, as you guys all know, the greatest Final Fantasy game ever made is this. Not sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. How many of you guys have heard of a little game called Xenoblade Chronicles? Raise your hands if you've played it. This is what we're gonna get copyright struck for. I know what is off in the thumbnail, Spencer. Cloud's body should be Danny DeVito body. Is this actually happening? Have you played Xenoblade, Pickles? The OG Final Fantasy VII. This was Tetsuya Takahashi's pitch for Final Fantasy VII, you guys. Xenoblade. No, sorry. I'm dumb. Xenogears was the original pitch. And then Xenoblade is what eventually ended up happening down the line after Xenogears and Xenosaga. And now we've got Xenoblade. This is probably the best start screen ever made. Can I just talk a lot about Xenoblade Chronicles? What's up, Drumjod? I love Xenoblade Chronicles for the most part. Just can't get it myself to play through the sequels because they are so long and spread out. You want to see something crazy? Check that out. That's what my Switch is right there. Boom, 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 boom. And then my kids are like playing Mario Maker 2 and stuff. But yeah, check that out. Doesn't that look amazing? I may have lined them up all perfectly for stream. I have never been so offended, says Roosevelt. I'm sorry, someone doesn't know about their Xenogears or Xenosaga Final Fantasy. Not even close, Spencer. I know about it. I'm telling you. I know this isn't the original one. I'm sorry, someone doesn't know about their Xenogears or Xenosaga Final Fantasy. Not even close. Well, that's what I'm saying. Takahashi pitched Xenogears and they made it, obviously, but then he left the company. So Tetsuya Takahashi was a big part of Final Fantasy VI. He pitches Xenogears, but then other people like Katase, another one, they go with Final Fantasy VII. And then this gets made by Nintendo eventually after the whole Bandai Namco stuff with the Xenosaga. I haven't played Xenosaga. I have not played Xenogears. I know that's like blasphemy as a Xenoblade fan, but Xenoblade is just a self-contained, wonderful game with some of the best music ever in a JRPG. This game has a very... Do you guys know why? You know I'm doing this, right? What's today, everybody? We're not actually going to be playing Xenoblade Chronicles on stream. It's April 1st, everybody. Yeah, I wanted to be a little bit silly. But we can have some awesome background music while we see what you guys think. Oh, we're going to spoil it here for a second. I'm sorry for someone who doesn't... Okay, yeah. But Nomura did take elements from Xenogears. Then he was moved to work on Final Fantasy VII. He was on Xenogears' team for a bit. Okay, cool. It looks nice, the screen. I have never been so offended. Roosevelt is ticked. Spencer, Xeno nerd! Drumjod says, hey, I've been watching through the Zelda part of this video, skipping around and caught up now. Gotcha. Which one has the best graphics? Are you talking about Xenoblade? I don't know. These are like remade. This is like a remade Wii game. This came out on the Wii at the very end. Yeah, Squaresoft, Square Enix lost a lot of great talent over the years. Bro got us good. April 1st. Gotcha. Pranked ya. It's not April 1st where I am anymore. That's true. I missed the deadline. In hindsight, I made the right choice. I love Lost Story. Okay, so was Lost Story... I know there was like Project Rainfall or whatever. Like this game wasn't going to come to the States. Right? It wasn't going to come to like a North American release. So I don't know if it was released in like Europe. The funny thing about Xenoblade is that famously they have British like voice actors. I don't know if it's British, but you know. If Red Sarge were here, he would tell me wherever they're from. But yeah, they've got some European, British, English accents or whatever, right? But yeah, you're digging the music though. Toolman, you haven't played these games? Come on. All right, let me show you a little bit about why this game is awesome. Ernest AI says, stop by for Wednesdays with Spencer. News, discussion, theories, rants, crash outs Friday nights will feature Jolie and Spencer's remake playthrough with additional crash outs. Well, according to DK, crash out is a see you later. DK, you're the man. We'll get you hip to the young people phrases. Not playing Xenoblade, not with that attitude, Spencer. Yeah. No, Jolie would never let me play Xenoblade on stream. Are you kidding? I've just been glazing Nintendo all night, and I have Xenoblade here. Roosevelt, I absolutely love The Last Story too. I know some folks are big fans of it. I have watched Xenoblade playthroughs, not a fan of the combat. Melissa, we need to convert you to the combat. The combat is like one of the best things ever. Could be playing Stranger of Paradise, says Roosevelt. It's actually titled The Last Story. Yeah, I think still have the art book somewhere. The Last Story was... But I'm wondering if it was part of the initiative to bring these games to North America. I know that, like... I think Last Story was part of that, and Xenoblade was one. But... yeah, dude. Look at this start screen. Just changes. Let's see how this starts off. As a special bonus for having played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you start the game with 10,000 gold. 10,000. 100,000 gold. I can read, I promise. Cannot collect this bonus after starting. Oh, we're collecting it. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is another wild game. I don't like it as much as this one. Sorry. But yeah, let's show you how the intro of this game goes. Let me tell you why I like it. Talk about an original premise.
Long ago, the world was nothing more than an endless sea, cloaked in a boundless sky, reaching as far as could possibly be imagined. Then two great titans came into existence.
Is this anime enough for you guys? I love it.
The Bionis and the Mechonis.
Changed look. It's April Fool's, guys. That arm falling is important. You should pay attention. Because we're totally going to get through this whole game. Night.
The Titans were locked in a timeless battle.
Operation Rainfall. That's right. Xenoblade Chronicles, Last Story, and
last,
Pandora's Tower.
Only
Thanks,
their
Pandora.
lifeless corpses remained.
Okay. So, premise for a story? These giant titans are fighting each other? Keep going.
Eons have passed. Now, our world, this vast land stretching across the remains of the Bionis, is under attack from a relentless force known as the
I love the
Mechon.
Grunt Soldier. Anime, where is a scantily clad lady? Only then it will be anime with a cat. Oh, there's some scantily clad ladies. Have you not seen Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Get away from me!
Jolie did the logo up here.
Retreat! No retreat! The end Mecon's unknown! No! No!
They're just eating them up. Everyone say hi to Dunban. Got lightsabers.
They're advancing down our weak right flank. For a bunch of soulless machines, they seem to know a thing or two. But we'll see.
Check out the lip flap, the lip syncing they have on this game. Remake has nothing on these games.
Yeah, man. We've been given the order to retreat. We're pulling back the line to Colony 6. That's where we'll set up the last line of defense.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Any more time spent hanging around here, and we're done for.
Count me in. We gotta get out of here.
Or we can stay and fight.
What?
Oh, that's depressing, Roosevelt.
We may die if we take a stand here, but staying gives us the chance to change our destinies. We have the Monado. With this, the future is ours for the taking.
Stupid beast. Your body can't take any more of the Monado. I can tell by just looking at you.
Getting short-sighted in your old age, Dixon. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm still in control.
I should have known I couldn't talk sense into a beast.
Talk sense into a beast.
I'm going with you. You'll need someone to drag your corpse on.
As long as you think you've still got the strength in you, old man.
Oi, you two. We've been ordered to pull back. I'm leaving.
Well, I say you're coming with us. What would we do without those?
The enemy's second wave is approaching.
It's now or never, Dunban. Let's show them what we've got. We'll give them a warm Hom's welcome.
Acknowledged.
Yeah. Ha. What are they trying to prove? I'm not throwing my life away. No point dying in some godforsaken field. Nothing for it. I'll have to use Dunban as a decoy. Yeah, that should give me time to escape.
Oh, Mumcar. Is that sword stolen from Tron? This is going to be the most jarring thing, the combat. You guys ready for this? I know Neil Newborn from Baldur's Gate 3 is a voice of one of the Xeno games. I don't know who he voices. But I didn't know that. That's awesome. No. The character designs look Zelda style. They remade this. The original character designs on the Wii were much different. It kind of actually looked more like, I think, Lost Story. One thing about Xenoblade games is that they're full of tutorials that Alyssa probably loved. Approach the target to auto attack. Okay. Doesn't this look riveting, guys? It is cool. Select arts with the D-pad and press A to confirm. It's like real-time MMO-style combat. It's kind of like KOTOR. So if you guys have played KOTOR, when you go and fight and engage enemies, right, you'll just like start auto-attacking, but then there's like a cooldown mechanic, and then you can use your abilities. If you guys ever played Knights of the Old Republic. And you've got like a hotbar kind of like MMO style. Yes, this is the Monado, Javier. If you don't know about the power of the Monado, then you're kind of a fool, man. If you don't know the memes around the Monado, dude. The cool thing about the combat is that it allows you to... there's story elements inside the combat, which I love. You probably don't realize it, but there's a big story reason as to why the Monado can do certain things, and that it allows, like, it also incorporates it into gameplay, which I love. This is the kind of combat I just play World of Warcraft with other people instead. But the story, the JRPG story. This is Dunban. Thing I like about Xenoblade games, you can play in first person if you want. You can zoom out really far. And the story's rad. The combat is an acquired taste, I will admit. I will admit. But it is quite fun. And the music rules! I loved KOTOR, but I was not a fan of the combat here. See, but the combat's better than KOTOR.
Mechon are hell-bent on taking us out.
They'll have to be if they want to beat us. Now, Let's even the odds a bit.
You heard him.
I feel like there's more depth to it.
Jason, Munka, let's do this.
See, he just enchanted his friend so he could damage the Mechon. The only weapon in the game that can damage these machines is the Monado, and they have it for some reason. I tried. You got a Switch cartridge and started a bunch. Just couldn't get into combat. Why the main characters look like they are from Guns N' Roses members? Because they're rock and roll. Rock and roll, guys. We're playing Xenoblade. The stories are very good. Oh yeah, you've watched playthroughs.
I ain't going down that easily.
Tomban, you alright?
Xenoblade Chronicles 1 has the most basic combat.
Guess even a hero's gotta reach his limit eventually.
Yeah, Yoko Shimomura has a couple of tracks.
What are you doing? That way is... Sorry, brothers. Hate to drop this on you, but it's the Monado they're after. So have fun keeping them occupied for me. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Mumka, you dirt.
Now, don't
He
worry.
betrayed him.
I'll organize your funerals. Well, see you, boys.
Look at that eyeliner he's got on.
Huh?
Yoshinori Mitsuda is like my favorite composer. He did Chrono Trigger totally. And also did episode Ignis. And
Jason, take care of the survivors.
so good.
Dumban, what are you playing at?
Those idiots. I'll just come and get the Monado when everything's quieted down a bit. That thing's gonna be mine.
Do you know the power of the Monado, Alyssa?
Oh no, please. No!
Munkar, dude. That's a rough end.
The people of Bionis are just waiting here for you to pick us off. You are sorely mistaken.
Okay, look where we were. Look where we were. This is important. We were on one of those Titans. This isn't that incredible. When it came out in the Wii, dude, this like blew people's minds. We were on the Titans. We were on that sword. You guys don't know, the entire game takes place on those two giant Titans. You literally like run up its body. Yeah, Drumjod likes it.
A Mechon M71.
Menudo?
I bet I can use its optical system to align one of the anti-air batteries.
This feels very old school JRPG.
No good. It's broken. The
Menudo.
joint section.
Monado.
It's buckled. It's completely useless. Ugh.
Guys, he's just like Cloud. Look how his hair. Look how he wears his sword. Don't pay attention to his clothes. He does have a turtleneck like Cloud. Nintendo did a good job with these remakes.
An M69! Its armor would be perfect for making a shield. If I can just get it off, I should be able
Toolman
to...
says, so is this before or after Dirge? Before Dirge or after?
Ryan! It's not a Mechon. It's just a Crabble. It was using the
It's
Mechon
just a
armor
Crabble.
as a shell.
I'll lure it away in topless. When it's down, use your arts to finish it off.
So the combat is, like you said, couldn't really get into it. It reminds me of KOTOR's combat, but there's lots of different things. It's very positional, so you have to arrange your character in certain things. So Cloud's art called a backslash, or his ability, right? If you attack them from behind, you do more damage. There's lots of certain situational things that you can do. The combat gets more in depth, but most people fall off of it because they don't. It's a big onboarding process. But once you really get to know the combat, there's amazing things that you can do. You can break the game, and it feels cool. Not at the beginning, of course. You know, they have to make us feel terrible about it. 102 damage. I got the sparkly icon. So great. Look at Shulk wearing a sweater out on this fine summer day. The worst part about Xenoblade games is this. When you're going about the world, you're picking up it's the voice acting barks or the dialogue barks that they do. Just can't handle it. So I'm going to pick up this treasure, and they have a comment every time. Oh, maybe not. Didn't say it. They'll be like, you'll see what I mean. One sec. You'll see. I'm really feeling it.
Thanks, Ryan. That was a close one.
Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters.
Yeah, but thanks to you, we got its shell. Everyone in the colony is going to be really happy.
I'm more worried about you than the
Yeah, I think you're right, Drumjod.
Oh, whatever. Knowing what you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent.
I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons.
Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all.
The Monado.
The Monado. Did you listen,
I hope I
Javier?
can figure out the secret of his power one day.
That's what the whole game's about.
Anyway, we better get back to the colony. If I'm late for drills again, old Squaretash is gonna kill me.
Squaretash? Oh, the Defense Force Colonel. He's pretty scary.
He's pretty scary.
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here during your break.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
He's pretty scary. Oh, okay, I didn't pick it up. This is what I'm talking about. Watch me pick this up. See how many tutorials I'm just skipping through? That's why people don't like these games. Dude, am I crazy? I swear they used to say something every time. Anyway, but yeah, so what Drumjod said, I think the art style makes it hold up really well, even the environments. There's such epic fantasy. So the cool thing about, like I said, with Xenoblade games, you can really zoom out the camera if you want. You know, you can just be this little guy. You can zoom in, get close if you want to care about what your characters look like. You can play as each character. Let's see here. I don't remember how to do anything. I haven't played this forever. Maybe change equipment. The leader. I know you can swap it around. Maybe they won't let you do it at the very beginning. But you can like run around as Ryan, as Shulk, and then the music just freaking bops, guys. Look at this awesome jump animation. There's never been a better jump animation. Let's see here. So, Cloud, I don't know. Javier says, I don't know. It looks like the Xenoblade world does have hairspray. Or doesn't. You're trying to say does? They don't have the hairspray that Cloud has. That's what you're saying, you know. But yeah. You can slide it over here. If you want to be like, if we want to play like a PlayStation game, third person over the shoulder action game. Look at that. We can just put the camera right there. Now we're playing God of War, guys. It's amazing. Except for we're Shulk and he's kind of a dinky guy. I did find combat repetitive by the end. Love the story. Combat is repetitive in the first game by the end for sure. But I think the other games alleviate that. I think the combat in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is incredible. It's always introducing new stuff. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is unreal. And seeing different armor on your characters is always great. I love that. I love like the dress up mechanic. I know it's so dumb, but it's like you can change equipment and based on like, so this is always an amazing thing. Every single RPG should do this. I don't have anything yet, right? But so let's say what can I remove it? Change equipment. See this appearance tab down below? This is like transmogging in World of Warcraft or whatever. You can have your stats-based equipment here, and then any items that you find along the way that you like the look of, you can just slot them in here. And then those will always be, so you check it out. Guys, look, I can just be, what, do I have other stuff here? I do have some other stuff. Shirtless. Okay, guys, the stream's about to get a little spicy, so if you guys can't handle it, just bow out now. Check out my swimsuit. Look at that. Shulk? Just running around? Look at those. This is Nintendo graphics at its best, guys. We need that feature for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. I mean, I know it's silly, but it's true, right? So, like, now I have, because I have a colony cap on, all this stuff. Middle armor. Okay, that's Ryan's armor, but you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and if you don't like it, you can go back to the other stuff, and then you always have that as your armor. There's ways to get rid of it, but that's such a simple, convenient transmog system. I love it. It's awesome. Now I'm running around like this, but it doesn't matter. I have all the stats that I want, and then I can be silly the whole time. The cool thing about Xenoblade 2 is that you can always see the enemies that you're going to fight. You don't have to fight them if you don't want to engage. It's like no random battles. But, you know, you've got this amazing world. This is a weird thing. These little orbs of light, that's how you pick up items in this game. It's collectibles. It's kind of weird, but, you know, you get used to it after a while. But yeah, so like right now I can run past these enemies because they're not anything drastic. You know, I'm level 2, they're level 2. They're not going to attack on sight. But yeah, love these games. Love them. I can attack from behind. See this little icon? This is new for the remake that they did. This little exclamation point lets you know that you're behind the enemy, so you can attack. This is if you're in front. And if it lights up, that means it'll do more damage. So I attacked at the right moment.
Right. We can do it. We can definitely do this. It's over. Who else wants some?
It's over. Okay, they're just combat barks whenever you finish when killing someone. You're just describing Final Fantasy 13? Is that true? Yeah, but this isn't Final Fantasy 13, dude. Look at this world. This was on a Wii. Is that true? That there's no random encounters in 13? His sword is magically stuck to his body, just like Cloud. Look at all the things they took. It just floats there, you know? You don't need to explain it. It's just how it works. See, now check it out. In-game cutscenes. Now I get to wear my bathing suit along with everyone else.
Here we are. I better stop in at HQ. You off to the weapon development lab?
Yeah, when I've sold any parts I can't use.
Alyssa, calm down. I know Shulk's
See you later.
making you feel things. Just kidding. I've never played 13. I watched Jolie play it a little bit, but I don't know. Visiting shops. These games are very feature packed, and it can be overwhelming. That's for sure. But there's all these different things. Anyway, so yeah, that's Xenoblade Chronicles 1. How about we play another great JRPG. This is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't know. Is this one? Just listen to the music, guys. Final Fantasy 13 doesn't have the fancy British accents for everyone. Yeah. I do like the British accents. Is that weird? In Stellar Blade, her sword just transforms into her ponytail. That's how they get around the whole shirtless thing. Oh, okay. Just like Mass Effect. Laugh out loud, Spencer. For real, did you play Mass Effect 2 and 3 with FemShep? Black Knight dress? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I did. I know what you're talking about. Oh, this is me ahead of the game. I must have played it on this file. Just listen to the beautiful music, okay? Some more copyright strikes coming our way. I know that the game's like, when you start up, you're like, this feels weird. The combat's weird. I don't know if it's Stockholm Syndrome, but the more time you spend with the games, the better they become. And I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has the greatest video game soundtrack of all time. Like, better than any Final Fantasy. I like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 better than any of them. But, so if you ever have a chance, you should check out Xenoblade Chronicles 2's soundtrack. It's incredible. Okay, but what game has the best home screen? I like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 1, or Xenoblade Chronicles 1. The best home screen, I think, I don't know. I don't play enough games. Roosevelt will have to tell me. Yeah, let's overwrite this. Okay. Tell me these stories just don't hook you from the beginning, all right? Metroid Prime home screen. Oh, that's a good one. The cool thing about Xenoblade is that it gives you these... Its exploration is huge. And it's like this... You know you're going into this amazing fantasy world. And it gives me those Final Fantasy vibes. I always was like, Nintendo's version of Final Fantasy is Xenoblade, right? And it makes sense that Takahashi came from Square. This is still the highest selling Xenoblade game. Even though I think 3 is a better game. And you know what's cool? There's 3 games and they're a trilogy. They're like separate games, but they're also connected. Unlike our Final Fantasy stuff. You guys are about to be introduced to some of the greatest character designs ever designed. Tetsuya Takahashi. This is Rex, our main character. This is the only time his outfit looks good, when he's underwater. As it's meant to be like a deep sea diver. Kingdom Hearts 1 home screen takes the cake for me. That's Toolman. Okay. What do you mean, Spencer? Is Final Fantasy 7 related to 16? Yeah, it is. They're the same. It's just you have to play all the way from Final Fantasy 8 up to 16 to understand what 16 is talking about. I don't know if you know that. I'm getting some staticky in my... Let me know if that's going weird for you guys. This is the only JRPG game you have played, Spencer. No Dragon Quest, no Chrono Trigger, no Blue Dragon. I've never played a Dragon Quest game. I've played Pokemon, Javier, so obviously I know all about JRPGs. I've never played Chrono Trigger. I've never played Dragon Quest. and I've never played Blue Dragon. You guys are probably sitting there like thinking like, well, of course he thinks Xenoblade games are great because he's never played any of the other stuff. Oh, check it out.
We really do need to buy ourselves a new depth probe. The ping was off by 150 peds to the east. That's not gonna fly.
And what about the treasure, Rex? Was it in line?
We gotta take a look at that real quick. Look at this outfit. Look at that. Look at those shorts. Showing off some skin there, Rex. That's scandalous, what it is.
With your expectations?
It seemed pretty solid. Didn't even have to reinforce it too much. Even with the labor costs, we should be able to turn a decent profit.
Honestly, it takes you 2 days to
Very
run a
Namor
structural
coded, says
analysis.
Javier.
Yet
What?
somehow
He
you
lives
can
on a
gauge the profits in an instant.
A
Don't go
dragon?
raining on my parade, Gramps. You know.
Wait, what's that? What do you mean, Spencer? Okay, yeah. Clive is Jack's father, and therefore Cloud's great-grandfather. This is the only JRPG. Yeah, okay. Don't worry, Spencer. I've never played a Dragon Quest, Chrono, or any other big JRPGs either. See, Toolman, we just don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, I've never played a Dragon Quest. And wait, yeah, you've never played Dragon Quest 11, so you don't. Okay, I mean, I know that game's.
Oh, I'm in the
huge and
salvaging
people love it.
trade for the cash. A little business sense goes a long way. All right. Whoa!
You got that cell-shaded character look that
I didn't expect that.
wasn't
You've been living in this thing.
the case in Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Rex.
No worries, Gramps. I think we know what's for lunch.
Dragon Quest 11 is the greatest JRPG of all time, says Biggles. Are they still working on Dragon Quest 12? I heard it like got shuttered. Is that true? That can't be true. Hey guys, look, more tutorials, but we get to rock out to like a jam and soundtrack.
Okay, time to take you down.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Is he talking to us? Yeah, us geriatric Final Fantasy fans. The controls are inverted, and it's totally screwing with me. It's fine. You can do a thing where you stutter step in this game, and it like lets you attack faster and fill up your arts. This is a way more engaging combat system. Here, let me. We're just jamming out right now. Okay, so this combat system, if you see in the bottom right, it's like instead of having a, MMO bar down at the bottom where the cooldown when it runs out, then you can, or when it fills up, then you can do your ability. This is all based on how many times you auto attack. So if you can see on stream, there's like a pink outer like outline around this diamond here called anchor shot. That was all based on how many times I hit this crab thing. There's so much to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that makes the combat like engaging and fun. There's rhythm-based timing. If you do it at a certain time, then you're going to get better. You're going to do, get better stats, do all these other things, and it's just punchy and fun. The whole game. Let me see here. So, like, if I launch it right after I hit, I'll say I did it wrong. Anchor shot. See, now look right here. I'm not attacking. And it's not filling up. I can't do anything, but if I just stand my ground, the pink bar starts filling up. And I can stutter step like this, make it go faster. Start killing it. It sounds weird, but people don't know. The combat is so fun in this game. It's not just like stand there and then, shoot off your cooldowns.
And at its heart, the world.
I thought we were unks and aunties. We are, Alyssa.
This is the world we call home. All rest. Story goes that when the world was young,
There's some
everyone
weird
in
stuff in
Allred
these games
lived
too,
in a
though.
tree,
I will be honest.
together with our divine father, the architect.
Do yourself a
According
favor and
to
watch
the
Tim Rogers talk
tales,
about Dragon Quest
it was a
XI for 30
bountiful land.
minutes. Oh, Tim Rogers is so
People
good.
there held the power to command even the heavens themselves. They called that
Biggles, be
power
quiet. We're listening to Rex talk establish the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
But then, one day, we were cast out. Nobody knows why. Perhaps we angered our creator. Or perhaps it was something else.
It's a cloud
entirely.
sea.
All we
Instead
know
of
is
water,
we
it's
were
made of
forced
clouds.
To leave Elysium, to live here in Allrest, where it turns out life was pretty hard. But when it seemed like we would surely die out, the architect took pity on us, sending his servants, the Titans, to save us. The few of us who survived settled on the Titans.
This could have been
We've
what
lived in
Final
harmony
Fantasy
with them
became.
ever
guys.
since.
Are you sad that it wasn't?
But now those Titans
I don't know what you guys are talking about. What's the puff puff?
are beginning to die out.
The brazier does my weary old bones much good.
The thing I like
You
about
want me
these
to
games,
move it, Gramps?
No, that's
puff puff
quite
surely
all right.
means
Leave
something
it
different in
right
my
there.
parts.
Right, so.
This is some good gaming right now, guys. I'm not embarrassed to be a 40-year-old man and play this game. I'm telling the whole world. All right, anyone who watches our channel can watch this. There's a whole gacha mechanic in this game, which is hilarious. You literally have to pull for like strong characters. Spencer doesn't know about the puff button.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Been happening a lot lately.
More so than before.
I wonder if anyone was living there.
It seems not. And if there had been, they would have all left by now.
Gotcha, and the new Dissidia is killing
Makes
it.
sense.
Yeah. I don't.
Hey,
I mean,
Gramps,
I've played
do you
Genshin.
think Fonset Village will be
Jolie's
gone
been
too
playing
one
Ever
day?
Crisis.
It would not be today.
Is Ever
or
Crisis
tomorrow,
gacha, or is it just for
but one
cosmetics?
day, yes, it will fall.
And you too.
All we need to know about Xenoblade,
That's
Spencer, is
how
what
it
ship is
goes
getting.
with us Titans.
There's some weird stuff in
There's
Xenoblade.
no way around it.
Ever Crisis is a
Eventually.
gacha, okay. Is it killing Ever Crisis, or is
There'll
it
be
making
nowhere
it
left
so
to
people
live.
love it?
Sadly.
So, you
People probably
Titans
love
were
it
born up
because it's
there.
not PvP,
Is that
right? I
right?
think the new Dissidia is
So
PvP.
they say. For what it's worth. Mind you, I was born here on Allrest. As for my ancestors, who could say where they were born?
Can it really exist? This Elysium, and the Creator, who said to live there?
The costumes
A
and weapons.
land of plenty, atop
Javier
the
knows.
world tree.
He's an Ever Crisis fanatic.
If such a place did exist, perhaps we could all live in peace, with no need for fighting.
Sure would be great. For everyone. Even folks in Fonset. If the Divine Architect can see us now, I wonder what he thinks.
World building. Here's the world tree. The cool thing about Xenoblade is there's always like a twist where it's fantasy, but then you're like, oh, this got some interesting genre twist.
All right. Back to making money.
Okay, so that was Xenoblade 2. Interesting start. We haven't really had much. Now for the You had the battle of the two titans for Xenoblade 1, and then you have a big army against the Hums and the Mechon. Starts a little bit stronger. Then you've got Xenoblade 2, a little bit slower, subdued start, but, you know, kind of fun. Would you consider Wednesday night stream playthrough? That could be fun. I'm not against playing. I just don't know. Like, so I was like, maybe we can play a certain game. I didn't want to play a game that me and Jolie would probably stream in the future. You know, but Jolie, it would be awesome if Jolie could stream Wednesdays and Fridays, but we don't have time to do it. Let's see here. Game has been updated. Oh, also the DLC, Future Redeemed here. This thing is like an entire separate game, and it's amazing. Let's see the start. I'm just spoiling you guys on the starts of all these games. They're all separate, but they're all connected. I'll just say that. Tell me what you think of the start of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So I'm not against its age, but I don't know if I would want to play something that's, you know, outside of the realm of Final Fantasy, and maybe me and Jolie save it for something other. But you farm free crystals and you pull. I hate casinos. I hate luck games. But I got 2 years of playing Ever Crisis. How about playing classic Final Fantasy game from the Pixel Remasters? But it's a good old RPG. I might. Not against it.
Come on, hurry up! The Queen's anniversary is gonna start without us, guys.
Got that?
Yeah.
Those British accents.
Move your feet. Hop, hop, run like you mean it.
Run like you mean it.
Slow down, guys. Is it true, though? There's gonna be fireworks.
Yeah. Saw them setting it up yesterday. There were loads of them. It'll be worth it, promise.
I should play Final Fantasy 1 if it hasn't before Stranger of Paradise, just to get ready. I feel like those older games we could hop into. I don't know if Jolie and I would want to stream those old games, but we're not opposed to any of that. These games feel totally anime. I know Roosevelt was saying, like, is this anime enough? Look at these guys. Look at those eyes. The most anime eyes I've ever seen. Javier agrees. Final Fantasy 1 is pretty simple and straightforward. I compare it to like Pokemon Yellow in terms of length and complexity. Okay. Oh yeah. Getting crazy. Stuff's happening. Apparently this has some Final Fantasy X themes. And this is what a lot of people can say they compare Expedition 33's story to this.
Two colossal
Dual
martial
pulses there. Final Fantasy 1, 6, 16 for streaming.
Kevez and Agnes. What is it they need to stay alive?
You don't want to play Xenoblade, Javier?
Food?
Are you bored with this?
Certainly.
Doesn't Ernest love Final Fantasy 6? It's his favorite game.
What we need most is life itself.
Not now, future. I'm teasing. I'm sure like 3 people are still here watching the Xenoblade stuff. Yoshinori Mitsuda, Ace, Kenji. There's a lot of amazing, blue talented.
The taken flames becoming your
composers.
own in turn.
Javier wants more Gundams. Dude, if you want Gundams, play Xenoblade. Are you kidding me?
While the other,
Javier, do you not know about Xenoblade Chronicles X? It's a Gundam game.
leaves only a husk.
Guys, look, they're all getting gommaged. I've never played Expedition 33. Don't start with me, Alyssa.
Bombardier! What are you playing at? How can we claim their life if you blow up the whole sparking thing? Cripple them! Aim lower!
So they survived by taking the
Lower and
lives
aim,
of the enemy factions. Executive Director Tetsuya Takahashi.
Fighting in order to live, and living to fight. That's the way of our world. Ionios.
They are 14 lurkers at Twitch and 10 on YouTube. So I guess is the market for Xenoblade. They're a bunch of Xenoblade lovers, all right?
Our world is now dying. Even though we have yet to realize that fact.
They fixed the problem with the sword being attached to the back. They can just summon it now.
Lance! Worry about yourself, Noah. There's still more of them. Even so.
This is a stronger start.
Shut it! Stop flapping your gums and move!
Yeah, we've got more incoming.
Biggles, where's your boppin' emote? I need it. For Twitch. I don't even remember how to play. Automatic attack. Stand still near an enemy to continue auto-attacking.
I got something for you. Thanks.
I remember how to play this. Engage an enemy and defeat the enemy. See, it always starts out slow. Who thinks this looks like Final Fantasy 12? You can zoom in, do the whole thing. See, it makes you go slow. You just have to stand there and let it auto attack. This is super great. Ban. I wonder if Justice for Tifa is a Xenoblade fan. Sebi could beat this game without touching his controller. You can't, though. You cannot beat this game without touching your controller. So that's the only part that does it by itself.
It's because I'm
Let's
just
keep on
that
roughing
good.
these fools and keep this moving forward.
Just don't get in over your head, okay, Lance?
Begin the battle by drawing your weapon first. Target an enemy, then press A to draw your weapon. To withdraw from battle, hold A to sheath your weapon. Approach an enemy to automatically target them. If there are multiple enemies, press L. Oh, I know that. I love the battle thing. Win the battle. The icons are showing that they're attacking my tank right here. You've got MMO style. She's our healer. And I'm like the DPS. Finally, they let us use our arts. Arts are stronger than auto attacks. They can be activated by pressing X, Y, or B. After using an art, you can not use it again until the gauge fills back up. The art gauges fill up automatically over time. This is called recharging, which is true for this faction. This faction is very similar to Xenoblade Chronicles 1, but there's another faction that fills up their arts by attacking. That's like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Fun fact that you guys don't care about.
Enemy's broken away from me. Hey, come here! I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Extra! Eat it! Ground right! This is a enemy broken away from me. Come here! I got something for you. Thanks. I'll keep up the attack. Smooth as always, Noah. Hey, come on, we don't have all day. Extra! Nice one, Noah.
There's a thing called break, topple, launch, spike. This whole other like mini mechanic, things you can do to enemies.
They're tough. And here I thought our colony had that. Noah, we gotta fight back. Time to draw weapons.
Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver. Break!
Cavalry!
I just broke him. Break, topple, daze. Now he's just hanging out on the ground. Takes way more damage. You have to pay attention to all these things.
I got something for you! You're a lifesaver.
By the time I attack, right after auto attack, I get that like little circle burst and it does more damage.
Sounds good to me. Extra!
Helps me like cooldowns go quicker. You get like hundreds of new abilities throughout the game. Question, is Zelda an action JRPG? Do you not know? Of course you know. No, it's just an action adventure game.
Lance! The front line! That
I thought
team.
Zelda was an RPG when I was old.
How are things with Kite? What about our backup?
Looks like they're busy guarding the artillery. They're not going anywhere. Anyone's
Roosevelt,
moving
here's your
right
anime
now,
girl.
it's us.
Let's go! If the front line breaks, we're all dead! But the position! We can handle this ourselves! Go on, move it!
Look at these big Gundams that are just hanging out, Javier. What's that emote, Alyssa?
That's what's hitting us!
But what makes a
Well, now we
JRPG
know.
well different from an RPG? The Japanese-ness.
Got it!
It's from Japan. Oh, now we're fighting a big old mech thing.
Noah, show him your talent art!
Talent art. Talent arts are stronger than normal arts. A talent art can be activated by pressing A once the circular gauge is full. A talent art gauge is recharged by performing actions expected of a character's role, also called role actions. If you can meet the requirements for arts that give bonus effects for positioning, your talent art will flash red, and your talent art gauge will charge up a lot. Actions that deal damage effectively, such as dealing critical hits or participating in combos, also count as role actions, charging your talent age bit by bit. There's all these things that you can do. Oh, Chocobo finger guns from Bree's channel. Brianna, that's awesome. Canceling attacks, see? This is like how in-depth the combat gets. It always keeps you engaged. It sounds dumb, but performing an attack the moment the previous one hits allows you to cancel one attack into the next, making them flow quickly into each other. And that's that little circle spark. You can cancel auto attacks into arts and arts into talent arts. Doing this speeds up the execution, letting you deal more damage quickly. It just feels so good. I know it seems lame, but like, there's the, we're gonna break this guy. It's telling you, use this. See, this is why you want to be able to zoom out in Xenoblade games, because you got to fight enemies that are this big. I know, that's my talent art. I want you to topple him first. Sounds wigging out on my end. Let me know if it's good. Crazy. You can go stand in this little aura and get my attack up. It glitched a little. Okay, I could hear it on my end, so I could stop it at least. We did it, guys. We won the battle. Yeah, Javier, I can't believe you didn't know that Xenoblade was a Gundam franchise. Did you not know this? Every Xenoblade has a mech of some type. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has like a legit, like full-on Gundam. Tell me if you guys played Expedition 33. Getting dark. They lost. Ah, dang. Rip. RP in peace. Okay, you guys beating Expedition 33. Tell me if there's some Expedition 33-ness in this. Not the giant mechs. I don't know if that's an Expedition 33.
Victory!
Victory is
We won!
There's probably some Final Fantasy X moments in this as well.
Lives are ours.
Noah, the main character, he's what's called an offseer. He has to play people, like people cannot, if they die, they don't return to the afterlife. He has to play them off and send them away before they can find peace. Games just have style, man. That is some rapid growth there. Look, Javier, a mech.
Every one of us is born looking like this. As soldiers. As weapons for slaying Agnians. Yes. All of us live only to fight.
Cut that out! Stupid Noah!
Nice one, Lance.
Too early for that.
They actually
Look,
got kids
it's
to
you
speak.
they're after here.
Jolie would love it.
Just take out their attackers and we're golden. They're gonna get it handed to them.
They're like teenagers though.
Flickering hoop. You're as slippery as Noah sometimes.
Flicker and hoop. This is the kind of dialogue that you're gonna get.
Shit never shuts up. Kite, range darts.
Easy.
Mobile Suit Gundam HD Remaster. Okay. Gundam Wing. Javier's favorite. Mine too, probably.
Uni!
Didn't account for Kite. I snuffed this up.
I love the slang. You need my opinion on the Gundam?
You okay? Uni.
Cheers for that. You're
Okay,
a
1 second,
lifesaver,
Javier.
Yoren.
Sparking dead weight. Hey! Change of plan. Kite, you keep firing and don't stop.
Oh, what?
Whatever you want.
Okay, so that's Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Do you not see what's on the cover of Xenoblade Chronicles X, Javier? Doesn't this just make you want to buy a Nintendo system so you can just play that? You can fly one of those things. You can kit it out with missile launchers, with beam swords. You can have like super weapons with giant cannons on its back. It's pretty rad. This doesn't make you want to play. Dude. Okay, hang on. I'll let's see here. You said I need your opinion on this. Let me switch over here. Oh no. I'm like on the wrong input. Okay, this is Gundam Wing intro versus the old one. You guys can't hear it. 1 second. Pause it. Let me rewind. I'll watch it for you, Javier. We're going off the rails hardcore on this stream. Jolie is going to be like watching this later. She's like, what were you doing? Oh, don't worry. Okay. Okay, we've got sound now. Probably heard that. Okay, here we go. We were having fun, Jolie. We were just hanging out. Okay. Is this new? They didn't remake it, did they? Alright, everyone bop and chat. They only remade the opening. Okay. Translate if you know what they're saying. I love Duo. I love Death Fight. Translate, Javier. Yeah, there's just something about Gundams, you know? Trying to watch them both at the same time, see what I like more. Love it. This stuff's new. Is that from Walt? Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Very good. But I haven't watched. I went back to watch Gundam Wing, and I'll be honest, I was like a little bit. Relina and Hiro forever, then repeats Alyssa. Okay, that's your ship. Hiro. That's all I remember from Relina. Yeah, I went back and like watched Gundam Wing. There's no way I was getting any stuff when I was a kid. Like all the political drama that was going on, had no idea what was happening. The only thing I liked about Gundam Wing when I was a kid was just watching the robots fight. You know, it's the truest thing of all anime is that like it's all about just who's the most powerful, and then the whole series just goes on about this person's the most powerful and that's why, and that just creeps. Relina and Hiro tied the knot. I think you said tied the knot, but I like tight the knot. Spencer, they got married. Hey, come on. English isn't his first language. I like tight the nut is actually awesome, Javier. They tied the nut. Tied the knot. They got married. Love it, Javier. Anyway, so yeah. That's our Gundam Wing. Very cool. Anyway, guys, thanks for indulging me on a silly stream. I was serious about the Zelda stuff. I am like our good friend Danny DeVito here. I get it. I'm excited for those of you that were so excited for Remake, because I feel like I get it now with Zelda. I don't care what it is, I will buy it. But thanks for letting me tease you guys and play some Xenoblade. Bummer you never got through it, Alyssa, but it's cool that you watched them. You know the stories. That's like I feel like Xenoblade have a story that's like very JRPG. You go and you end up and you kill God. But the stories, there's a clear motivation and driver throughout all of the games. There's a clear goal. It's stated from the beginning and it follows it through to the end. Thing that bothers me about some of the Final Fantasy stuff that we have been playing through, I just feel like their stories get convoluted for no reason, and they can't, like, they focused on the stuff that's driving the plot. Whereas Xenoblade, there's some twists and turns, but you like know who the villain is, or at least you think you know, and you go hard after that person, and there's reasons to hate those villains in all of them. Good. Alyssa says, can't wait to see you bring this up on the next episode of the pod. Oh, you're talking about Ocarina? Yeah, I wonder what I'll say. I kept hearing the story was great, so it was just something I had to do to see if it was true, and they are good. Yeah, and I really like, I was telling you about this, in Xenoblade 1, there's an actual story mechanic built into the gameplay mechanics, and I just thought that was so cool. It's kind of clunky when you play it originally, but the Monado has the ability to see the future. And like while you're playing the game, if an enemy has a strong enough attack that will kill your character, you can change the future by like using the power of the Monado, and you can actually like prevent that from happening if you do a certain like defensive spell before that happens, right? And it like in combat you can change the future while it's happening. Just super cool. So yeah, Monado. When Jolie sees this episode, we are divorced, dude. It's true. She's gonna be like, "What were you doing?" It's April Fool's, guys. It's fine. I know that Xenoblade is not a Final Fantasy game, and I won't submit you guys to Xenoblade Chronicles X, because that one has the worst story, but it has the coolest open world ever. It's just amazing. And you can freaking fly a mech. Gundam. It's really like a Gundam. Like they look like Gundams, which is cool. So, very cool. Yeah, it's not a Final Fantasy. But anyway, thanks for coming and hanging out with me on this Wednesday stream. I'm open to like playing other games on this stream, you know. There's news, like I don't want to crash out about shipping and some other things, but you know, I was going to talk about the delay of Final Fantasy 9 remake and how that's on ice and other things like that, but probably what this show will be like, it's like kind of catch up on some Final Fantasy news, talk about any sort of things that are happening in the community. I don't care about the views, Javier. Yeah, and then if we do end up playing anything, it will be Final Fantasy related. Nothing wrong with a bit of a break. Yeah, so anyway, but thanks for letting me indulge myself in some Xenoblade. They are fun, I promise. Play them. I'm so excited for what Monolith Soft does next, because they have the cutscene director from Final Fantasy VII Remake that's working for them now. He's a freelancer, so he works for like Square Enix, but he also does. I think it's a he. I don't know. It could be a she. But yeah, they're ramping up for Switch 2, which is exciting because Nintendo has never had the power to do something on that level. Now they finally do, and I cannot wait for the next whatever Monolith Soft does. I will be there. But anyway, thanks for sticking around. We will see you guys on Friday. For you guys that are sticking around, Friday, Jolie and I will be continuing our playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake. We are in Chapter 3. This is the time where Jolie will level up in the factory and we will herd some cats. We get to hang out with Tifa, so expect to see Tifa thumbnail. Yeah. Oh, dude, if it's a live service from Monolith Soft, that would be sad. Which is funny because Xenoblade Chronicles X just came out, and it does have some online elements where you can play with other people, which is bizarre. But it's so weird. That would make me very sad. It's funny because it's like, if it doesn't affect the games that you're playing, then you're not as invested. But then, of course, you know, the live service push, and then it like ruins your favorite franchise, and then you're sad about it. That would make me very sad, Alyssa. But I'm excited for what they come up with next. But the thing I'm most looking forward to is the Ocarina of Time remake. So whenever that comes out, we'll have to see. And of course, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. But yeah, come hang out with us on Friday. We'll be streaming Remake, and we'll see you guys then. Thanks for sticking around, and hopefully you didn't get pranked too much on this April Fools. I will talk to you guys later. See you guys.
There's this infirmity I have that keeps my lips shut, like a needle with thread to my mouth, keeps me all shut up. But I don't wanna have to wait. I wanna be able to say that you're the one for me. You don't know what's going on inside. My heart and my mind have always been so shy, you know. Wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. So now there's this problem that exists. Every time I see you, I just wanna say what's on my mind, but don't have the guts to. So you go walking right along as I stand here wondering what is going on inside your head. You don't know what's going on inside. My heart and my mind have always been so shy, you know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. Wanna open up my mouth so I can ask you out, 'cause there's some things that I can do alone. A dinner for two, a movie with you. Well, it ain't the same by myself. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Maybe I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. I don't know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. There's this infirmity I have that keeps my lips shut, like a needle with thread to my mouth, keeps me all shut up. But I don't wanna have to wait. I wanna be able to say that you're the one for me. You don't know what's going on inside. My heart and my mind always been so shy, you know. Wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. So now there's this problem that exists every time I see you. I just wanna say what's on my mind, but don't have the guts to. So you go walking right along as I stand here wondering what is going on inside your head. You don't know what's going on inside. My heart and my mind always been so shy, you know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. Babe, I just don't know. Wanna open up my mouth so I can ask you out. 'Cause there's some things that I can do alone. A dinner for two, a movie with you. Well, it ain't the same by myself. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't know the reason why I can't seem to get any of these words out. I don't know. And you wonder why I don't open up my mouth. Babe, I don't